Okay, we're live and recording, so let me get over into my notes because I never remember anything. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. Welcome back to the Krieg Dominion. I'm Omar Krieg, your Lord and Commander of the Krieg Dominion, and your host for this, the 19th episode of Along the Frontier, an Alien Campaign, entitled Spawning Beds, because I wanted to go with some sort of fishy theme. I am the Game Master, a title I didn't create, but it's one that I take and whatever, I run with it. I'm sorry, not Game Master, Game Mother. Thank you. See, brain is all over the place already. At any rate, I didn't come up with that title. It was in the book, and I thought it was pretty cool because, you know, Mother controls everything. With me, of course, are my players, Rodance, Luke, and Kane. Let's take a moment or two to check in with them and see what's new and exciting for them. Meanwhile, I'll just be over here beaming with pride over my facehugger horde while I let them have some yard time at the local oh, there goes some little dog. Rodance! What's new and exciting for you?
Not too much. I'm finally back to work this week, and it took an hour and a half for my emails to load.
Was it that
I
many
had so
emails?
many emails in a week. It literally took an hour and a half for my Outlook to catch up.
The sad part was I immediately had two possible reasons. One being the too many emails to catch up on, or a very slow connection.
Nah, it's just it's the same connection I use with you guys. Nah, it's literally I have that many emails. I came back to more than 5,000 emails.
Oh, ooh, man,
And
you need
that's
to calm down.
actually it was more than that if I start counting my subfolders.
I think the people emailing you all that stuff need to just calm the hell down. But that's just my opinion. We don't need to go anywhere with that. You got anything else?
Let's see. I bet my Alien RPG character still has a longer shelf life than my Rogue Trader character.
Your Astropath Transcendent from...
Okay, look. What session is this?
This is 19.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure 19 sessions is about 17 sessions longer than my Rogue Trader is going to live.
You think your character's only going to last 2 sessions? That's amazing. You know, I'll tell you this much. And I say this because you obviously don't know what the first arc or whatever it is. I know what the first arc is, and I'll be surprised if anybody dies in the first couple of sessions, let alone the first arc. Now, having said that, of course, the possibility's always there.
I have the little thought in my head that somebody's gonna fiddle with our direction on the ship and then take us somewhere dumb, and then we're gonna go into a planet.
Okay,
or something
I realize I got you, because I know when you say when someone something dark side of a planet, you're not saying someone randomly or generically. You're actually referring to a very specific person.
I'm being polite.
Yeah, exactly.
The derailer.
No, she's definitely talking to not the character, the player of the character, who happens to be in charge of the whole goddamn thing.
Oh.
I know exactly what he based his character on, and
I'm in for a world of...
we don't have matter printers that, you know, pop out clones if we need it, so we'll see.
We'll see how that goes, because I can always just snap my fingers and be like, you know what? You died. Everybody else is fine.
Yeah, that'll probably be the speed.
Yeah. Luke, what's new and exciting for you, my friend?
I just want to add that in our last part, that we've only had a cumulative of like 3 weeks of actual game time.
That sounds about the... I mean, it maybe not even that much, other than, like, if you don't count transit time, because we haven't talked about how that works, and like it hasn't applied to you guys, but you guys have literally spent weeks, like at this point in the campaign, you've spent weeks asleep. But
okay,
like the timeline for which you've been awake is probably cumulatively probably a couple weeks at this point.
Yeah,
maybe a week,
really hard days, and a couple. Yeah. So yeah, okay. As far as news goes for me, the HEMA or fencing tournament in Eastern Canada was closed. It was a 2-day event, 58 fencers, lots of great talent, and it was an exciting thing to watch.
Amazing. When you mentioned before we started streaming and everything that there was a women's division, had like 15 out of 58 total competitors. There wasn't any I don't know what the right term is, so bear with me, but like mixed gender matches or anything like that. It was strictly women versus women, men versus men.
Absolutely, there was actually mixed leagues.
Oh,
So
okay.
in the men's saber and longsword, if a woman wanted to compete, which several did, they actually went into the elimination matches after pools, and some of them made it like a couple rounds into the eliminations,
Okay, so there
which is
were,
already an achievement there.
yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. So there were actually mixed gender matches, I guess. I don't know what the
Yeah.
right phrase would be. That's awesome, because I know we were talking, and one of the comments I had made was something to the effect of, I can't imagine, and maybe I'm a little old school thinking in this too, but I imagine there are far less women interested in fencing than there are men. But then again, I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised if I was proven wrong either. So, and
there
clearly there
was
was plenty.
certainly, yeah, there was certainly a lot less in our broadsword tournament last year. So everyone had to mix in together, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot more chaos, to be honest. This tournament was
A lot
way better
better
organized.
organization. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's awesome though.
Um,
I love it. I love the idea of women
yeah,
being able to get out there and compete just as much as anybody else. So
yeah, and they knocked some guys out of the tournament, so
that's amazing.
that's already great.
That's amazing. I love that part even better.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say something, but I'm sure somebody somewhere is gonna misunderstand what I was trying to say. But definitely, it was.
Every time.
I meant it in a positive manner, but we're gonna move on. You got anything else?
Okay. Not really. Just excited to see what we're gonna do with our home aloneing tonight or against the Berserker or whatever it's called.
Amazing, Luke. That takes us to you. Ye of really hot asphalt upon which you walked.
Yes, I have asphalt.
Did I say Luke? I meant Kane. God damn it. This is not the first time I've done it. And you guys have totally different names.
See, this
Wait.
worked too, because I was like, I'm just not going to answer and see how long
I
it takes
know.
to figure it out.
You guys had like a telepathic connection going on, and it took me a moment to realize I screwed that up. Kane, hot asphalt that you walked on. Please. What's new and exciting, my friend?
Burn my feet. There was another. They put out a major update for Phasmophobia, and it's awesome. They even added another map.
Nice.
In addition to making a ton of fixes people have wanted for a while. So,
well, that's a good thing that they're making fixes.
It's a good time.
I've never gotten into it. I couldn't. My first thought is I have the image of an 8-bit video game, like maybe top down, but I cannot tell you anything more than that.
Well, then what little that you have imagined is wrong.
Well, this wouldn't be. Don't act like this is the first time I've ever been wrong before.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just letting you know that you are.
Okay, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. I've never gotten into it. I've seen people get into it or whatever. I've seen comments and what have you, but Phasmophobia is not in my radar wheelhouse. Clearly, because I couldn't even tell you anything about it. Not that I'm knocking it.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
I enjoy playing co-op games.
That's awesome.
I've wanted to, and this is a project that I've been thinking about for a little bit, and it wouldn't be a lot or a stretch to make it, but I've wanted to make a horror game based in like an apartment or a house that's realistic. All right. Now, a lot of times you'll see like a horror game based in this like huge mansion with like expansive hallways and all these things, and it's like, yeah, this guy lives in like the lower middle class or something, and you're like, bullshit. But I want to be like a 1-bedroom apartment with like a kitchen / living room and like a bathroom, and be like, okay, well, this is the horror game. This is all we have to like actually make the horror
This one
happen.
apartment on the 13th floor.
Yeah, and then just like make them run through like a realistic size, like 15 by like 25 living room / kitchen.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
So that's funny that you bring that up, because one of my projects near the end of my program, for those that don't know, I went to an art school to learn how to make a video game. And then after graduating, I drive a FedEx truck around to make deliveries because I find that more enjoyable for some reason. I don't know how that works. But anyway, one of the projects in what would otherwise be considered my senior year, because we did quarters instead of, traditional semesters or what have you.
Okay.
In the last couple of quarters, we had a team project where we worked on, ultimately it was Oh god, I'm trying to think what the genre or whatever was. Anyway, it involved a relatively realistic house. So it was a house for sure, but it was maybe on the upper end of houses, but not nearly so much as a mansion. So two, three, four bedrooms, a dining room, a kitchen, living room, a den, uh, and a basement that had some other freaky stuff going on. But the premise of the game was you go into the room or go into the house. You're called out there for like a disturbance of some sort as a cop. You go up to the house and then you're knocked out shortly after arriving, and now you have to figure out how to get out of the house. And each individual room was supposed to be like its own separate level, so to speak, kind of like escape rooms but on a much more smaller scale. And I had worked on, I think I did the garage and the dining room as the trap rooms or whatever you want to call it. But it's funny that you bring that up because I'm like, I have literally have done a project very much like that. Because one of my pet peeves as far as video game design was if you look at the abstract versus realism, I was much deep into the realism. I'm not into I can't even think of the name. There's a word for it. The creative expression. You know, if you look at something like Fortnite, as far as the visuals, right? And there's always
stylization.
Stylization is probably the closest word I can think of.
Okay.
And I'm much more into the much more realistic side of it. Like, let's say, for instance, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a really good example of the kind of visually what I want to see in a video game and what I want to work on.
Realistic little hovels and things like that.
Like everything was super realistic, and of course you do everything you can with the art that goes into it and make it look as real as possible.
I feel like you would enjoy Ready or Not.
Say that again?
I feel like you would enjoy Ready or Not.
That one gets cursed pretty quickly.
It's a great game.
I heard it's amazing.
They try to lean really hard into the realism, and they don't shy away from bad guys or bad guys.
Oh my god.
It's a SWAT simulator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And imagine it's not just like, oh, these people are bad people, they have guns, go shoot them. They're
bad people. They are real bad people.
They are just legit evil people, yeah.
Yeah, and they don't shy away from different types of bad guys. They're like, hey, we're going to run a bunch of different kinds of, like, these are straight up, like, scum. But
without going into more details about that.
Yeah, and you get a grade at the end based on, like, you know, how well you did for the ideal outcome. So, like, you can still win the mission and just not win well.
Okay.
So, like, the best case scenario, the best score you get is you non-lethal take down everybody. You have a lethal option. ROE does allow you to use lethal, but you get a higher score for everyone that you manage to find a way to take without having to kill anybody.
Oh, okay.
But you can, if you want to, and still pass. Just walk in and be like, "Oh, look, a gun," and shoot them. Like,
I'm reminded
of
kneecap people.
There's a whole ROE and everything all baked into it, but it's really good, and they lean really hard into the realism.
Awesome. That reminds me of that line, stealth is an option. so you mean it's not required.
Yeah. But yeah, if you really like games that put a bunch of effort into like a realistic fidelity or whatever, Ready or Not is great.
I heard the level design is top notch too. Like, it's not like open corridors and all this kind of stuff. It's like cramped little areas.
Amazing.
And it's all like you're going to a compound, you're going to a house, you're storming 2 apartments in an apartment building, you got to work your way there. Go into a hotel and you have to figure out which room people are in. Like, it's really good.
Is this a campaign game, or is it like repetitive mini mission sort of thing?
There's 2 different ways to do it. You can either play each of the missions with different difficulty triggers set to them, with a bunch of friends as the other guys in the SWAT team, or there is a campaign mode where you have to manage your other SWAT team members.
Okay.
And they get abilities that help you out, to help your single player character out, but you also have to manage things like stress. If they get injured, their stress is going to go up. If they have to take a life, their stress goes up, and you have to manage your team members.
Recommend them for
It's-
counseling.
There is a recommend for
I
counseling.
believe
Get your
I
friends
believe
out.
that. I believe that. Yeah.
The campaign is very good. The co-op is also very good.
I think the only thing I shouldn't say drawing or pulling me away, but pushing me away rather, but the fact that I'm playing a cop. Not that I have anything against cops, but I tend to go dark side. Sort of similar to Pike and Winston.
Well, like I said, you're playing SWAT. The cops are already there and they need you to go in. So
Yeah.
if you decide that the best option to get your team out is to is lethal,
Yeah.
you can win the mission with lethal. Like you still win.
Right.
But they give you the non-lethal options to try to see how many people you can take non-lethal.
Yeah.
And you do get docked for violating ROE. And if you violate it bad enough, they pull your team out.
Oh, wow.
They tell you to just like, sling weapons, leave. You just like, you're going to prison now.
You'll be lucky if you're going back to being a patrol cop.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get started, as always, I'd like to ask this question. Usually you guys are really good about it, but is there any talent roles or updates, anything like that we need to do before we get started? You guys had some XP from the last couple of sessions. Has anybody spent any that requires the GM to move things around?
I don't believe so. No.
Rodance,
Nope.
Kane, you guys
I'm really
good?
glad I put that extra point in ranged combat. I now have ranged combat 3.
It's going to be helpful. I feel like that's...
I'm also still sitting at panic date.
I feel like ranged combat is going to be kind of important, considering the fact that you're about to start shooting at some shit.
I'm just reminding
Oh, that
people
reminds
that I hope Pike rolls better initiative than I do so he can try to command me to end my panic condition.
We'll see how that works out.
Otherwise, if I have to roll stress, I need to roll like a 1 or a 2.
Yeah. Yeah, and even then, it's still...
It still advances
you're
me
at
to the
8,
next step, which is 9.
Yeah, 9. Your next action is probably going to be dropping something, or worse.
You drop the tank.
I'm inside of a armored vehicle. Even if I drop anything, it's still on the floor, and the only person in
That's a
here
good
who
point.
could cause a problem picking it up is the dude we're already trying to get to leave with us.
Yeah, Maitland. All right.
Who's totally happy to leave with us right now. So.
Yeah, he is. All right. Previously on Along the Frontier, the world of Pandora is under heavy assault by the UPP, attracted to this world in order to recover UA-aligned code breakers who are attempting to break free from their bonds. In response, the USCMC has sent 3 ships to the world, including the US Tambatam, and Sergeant Pike's team, now under the command of a mysterious Colonel Arnold, has been dispatched to the world to recover the scientists before the UPP can. On the ground, the team encountered multiple Blackguard members, including Sergeant Sax, or maybe it's Sergeant So, we're not really sure how that's pronounced, but we're going to go with whatever, who is the team leader for the Blackguard, and they are evidently here on their own mission, also that of finding the missing scientists. Winston and Warren head off to the apartments of the good doctors to confirm their death, and encounter thieves bent on looting the place as the local populace flees the impending attack. In this interaction, the 2 thieves are killed, one from attempting to flee, the other after a bout of anguish at the slow demise of their partner. A flute is found, and a silver thermos-sized ampule covered in ancient hieroglyphs, both of which are items that the android Maitland states are required for the research into the engineers that he is attempting to preserve. Meanwhile, Corporal Wescott and PFC Watts investigate the rumor of possible infiltrators at the Flash freezing complex and run straight into an ambush. Cornered by the 3 well-armed men inside, Wescott and Watts fight for their lives to contain the situation, one that threatens to spiral out of control, till a number of grenades and heavy machine gun fire from the APC ends the fight in a decisive Marine victory. The battle isn't over yet, however, and in fact is about to heat up. A UPP dropship has ascended from the beaches below to the spaceport above, and though it is critically damaged and forced into a crash, the team's phalanx anti-air system is destroyed in the process, and an Ox APC deploys from the wreck of the Crocodile dropship. Call for support brings down a tanked-out Marine and heavy battle power armor and wipes out the UPP vehicle, only to then set its sights on the Marines around, confusing friend and foe. And that takes us to our first scene, which will be... Winston, I need a 1d6 roll, please. Excellent, thank you. After that, we need to actually start this combat off properly. So we have this guy. Who's this? We don't need to add them. Then we need. No, we won't include that dude. That dude. That dude. Nope. That dude. I think. All right, so I'm gonna. We have. I know you're. Let me see. Wescott and Watts and Pike and Maitland are all on the APC. I'm just going to include the APC for now, but if you guys do dismount or the APC is destroyed, I'll add you in to the initiative order as individuals. Does that make sense? I hope so. So.
Yes.
In diddly do.
Oh, wait. If Kane
Yes.
and I have combined initiative, can I assume that Kane has an action before mine?
Yes. So basically, I guess what we'll do is, well, you're not supposed to be in there. Hold on. You're not supposed to be in there. Okay, there we go. So yeah. So basically, what we'll do is, when it's the APC's turn, you guys can do your actions, whatever they may be. And I will let you, and then we'll just hand wave it or whatever. It's probably not the best way to do it, but it'll work for us.
Wave initiative.
Yeah. All right. I'm going
or
to
side initiative, depending on which system you're referring to, but
Yep.
it's the same thing.
Yep. Rolling initiative for everybody. Okay. Before I begin the combat, has anybody got any of them thingies that they can do with what's the word I'm
No.
going to use here? Anything they can do to disrupt or change the initiative order? I know there's a couple of talents that kind of tinker with that, but I also know that's actually one of your. I wanna say
Yeah,
it's-
Warren's watchful.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah, I feel like it might be like once the fighting actually starts, you can jump the initiative order if everybody
There
else
are
agrees.
abilities
Yeah.
and such that permit
He
it, but I do not
rolls-
have any.
He rolls twice and chooses which one he wants.
Yep.
Okay. Oh. And that was who's that again? Warren?
Warren.
Warren, yep.
Do you want to make another roll individually?
Yep.
Roll me a 1d10 real quick. Is it 1d10? Yeah, it's 1d10. A 0.
It's a 10. I guess
Yeah.
he'll keep the 8.
Yeah. I guess that would be best. Okay, we're going to begin combat. That means the Berserker is going first, and he last fired, if I'm not mistaken, on the APC, the
Ox.
Ox, yeah. And it is burning. I believe I put a fire emblem on it.
Yeah.
So that probably tells him, oh, Kane, you're being pinged in chat. Hosted, I did see your DM. I will respond probably later tonight or possibly tomorrow or Thursday or something. Not blowing you off. There's just a handful of things I got going on. What do I want to do? Oh, you know what? Did you guys?
Is there a message that I have not seen?
No, he's asking in the stream chat if you could either link up with him or like tomorrow or after tonight in Discord. I don't know if he DM'd you.
I'm just going to be a minute.
Yep. All right, so I have not fired on that. Oh, I forgot to add. Where is she? She is. There she is. And I need to make a roll for her real quick. 7. I'm going to make her number 7.
Oh, does that mean little comm lady survived her incident? Called the comm tower she shot out of was blown up to...
No. She did survive, but she's not in the combat. She's currently doing other things. I actually added a different person to the mix here.
Oh, is Sayax on the
Yep.
initiative?
Yep, she is now. I meant to add her and missed her until just now. All right, it is the Berserker's turn, and he is firing on the APC. I believe you guys shot at something.
We liquidated a UPP guy.
That's what it was. Yep, and I think that's what got his attention. So he is going to scooch up to here, and then fire with his. I mean, he's shooting at a vehicle, so I guess the Gatling gun would make sense. With 2 successes, I believe, instead of a well, you have armor, but don't you get is pilot an option to try to dodge or something like that? Am I crazy? Or does pilot adjust your movement rate if you move? I feel like that's more accurate.
One.
Yeah.
Back.
Welcome back.
All right, what I miss?
The Berserker has moved, and then it's firing on the APC.
Oh, that's really close to it.
Well, I mean, yes, but also zones are a thing, so.
Oh, yeah, he's heading out of the zone.
It does not look like there is a dodge.
I may be getting systems confused because I've been listening to Warhammer Fantasy all day at work, so. In that case, make your armor roll with your APC. You should have armor built into it.
Yeah, it has an armor
Character sheet.
rating.
Do you have access to the character sheet, or do I need to open it?
I gave myself access to the character sheet.
You tech-supporting son of a bitch.
I would just make things flow easier.
Yeah. I'm sure you did this after I prepped Saturday, too. All right,
Hey, the armor blocks it.
Yep.
Because it cancels both his successes.
It does, actually. So yeah, the bullets basically just rip up one side, down the other, and do nothing important. So that will be his turn. I'm not going to get crazy with doing all that. So now we have one of the UPP commandos. I'm not even sure which one. Oh, that one.
That says it's a Blackguard commando.
Well, oh yeah, it is a Blackguard commando. I apologize.
It's the guy that laughed when bullets bounced off his armor.
That sounds like something I would do, as these UPP fuckers are charging in front of him. So he is going to do full auto burst at this first guy here with his M41A E2 heavy pulse rifle and score a single fucking success. Amazing. This is armor piercing.
Job.
So that will actually mitigate all of his damage. Well, hold on, that doesn't sound right. He did 4 damage, and I rolled 2 successes with body armor. So he should only take 2 damage, am I right? That's how we've been doing it.
So when you roll armor, it cancels successes. You have to have 1 success in order to be able to trigger doing damage.
Okay.
So that 2 armor cancels that success.
Okay, well, I guess he is, well, shit, I'm not laughing anymore. That takes it to the APC crew. So, you guys have briefly discussed in a non-entirely metagamey sort of way, a particular order you want to do, at least for the first round. This would be Pike, Wescott, and I'm going to say Watts. I think I got that right.
All right, so for my fast action, yeah, that's a terrible idea.
But you were going to ram them, weren't you?
No. I mean, I know what the ramming rules are, but no, I had a different terrible, no good, very bad idea. I'm going to drive. No. Let me give myself access.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drive the APC to here.
Okay.
Try to use the edge of the power station as cover.
Yep. You're gonna play.
I'm gonna back up a bit and then pull forward to side scrape the APC.
Yeah, and have just enough room for the turret to show up.
Yep. And I'm going to, in APC comms, don't fucking miss. And I shall roll command to see if I can cancel that condition. Your
Three
panic
successes.
condition is canceled.
Would you like to push for more successes?
No, I'm good. Although I do want to double check the stunts for command real quick.
That's a good
There's
question.
no,
Where are they?
there are no stunts for command.
Oh, there aren't.
Oh,
Okay,
you can't just tell them to
so-
do a backflip.
Oh, there we go. I got it to go away. Just having a moment of the clickies.
Whoops! I did not mean to roll that. I meant to do something else. Don't. I'm gonna delete that. Okay.
So yeah, I canceled that panic condition.
All right. In that case, now it is on Wescott or Watts. Wescott, there is a gun. I don't know. I don't remember which gun is on the forward portion of the APC.
They can both face forward. The very front are the twin Gatling guns.
Okay.
And the slider turret on the back third is the particle cannon.
So I'm going to pretend that you have your front arc, for lack of a better thing to call it, facing the Berserker, or are you facing due south?
I mean,
It doesn't.
I'm hiding to hide as much of the APC as possible. The front gun can't shoot.
Okay. All right. So the
the back is just out enough at an angle to try to like increase the chance of a ricochet on the side of the APC.
Yeah. You're angling.
But our particle cannon is exposed so that Wescott can take the shot.
War Thunder players would call that angling your armor.
Watts is short an arm right now, so I don't think he could properly manage one of the turret installations anyways.
No worries.
I'm trying to think if there's anything he can actually do to assist us right now, because he currently... Wait, isn't he still holding a gun on the prisoner?
He is.
Yeah, he doesn't... He is maintaining his guard over... Yeah, he is maintaining the guard over the prisoner, because... Yeah.
Right. Well, in that case, that takes it to Wescott, who has just been told, "Don't fucking miss," as she's lining up her shot.
Is it a straight ranged combat roll, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I think you can.
You can aim to give yourself.
Well, I was gonna say this. I don't know if it'll give you any benefit mechanically, but you can, if you have access to the character sheet for the APC, you can fire the phased plasma pulse cannon again.
I mean, that's what we're shooting, but she's not crew on the APC, so it's not going to do the math properly.
All right, yeah. You can aim as a... I'm going to say... Goddamn, no, I'm getting Rogue Trader in my head again.
Yeah, you can give up your move action to aim because you're not going anywhere anyways.
Yeah, you're really not. So yeah, you can add... What does it give you? 1 or 2 dice?
Gives you 2 more dice.
Yep. Make that aimed shot at the Berserker with the phased plasma thing.
Right-click on it. Base modifier plus 2. Roll.
Would you like to push that?
Yes!
You have 1 success. It's the only reason why I asked. I'm not trying to mess with you. I am, before you make... Well, you already made that. Oh, god damn it. Well,
all right. Let's see how the stress.
Yeah, make that panic roll. 4, 7, 8, minus 2 agility. So you're back up to 8, but you didn't miss.
And this is armor piercing.
So,
what is the damage on this stupid thing? Damage 6. Okay. With 3 successes, so that's actually 9. Armor piercing, you said, yeah?
Oh, can you roll 1 more d6? Because you were supposed to get another d6 for the accuracy of the weapon.
Oh.
In case you roll another 6. Hey, yeah.
Almost.
It was
almost a 6. All right, let me roll my armor piercing. What was the damage? What are we looking at? You said it was 9
3
damage.
successes.
We have 3 successes. Used to make the armor.
Yeah, and it was 6 damage for the thing. Well, he is going to take 8 points of damage.
Correct.
And that will also... That... You blew out a kneecap in the process. And he falls over, basically hands and knees at this point. He can only
if he's taking a critical, then the suit's disabled. It ran out of...
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how that would work, because he's actually... This isn't just a person, it's a person in a suit, but it gave me the roll critical option.
I mean, then that means that if we took the pilot out, he's a mook. He's Dunzos unless he's like a named character.
Yeah. All right, you guys win that one. Fuck it, you win that one, and ridiculously easy too. So we're going to.
Wescott is very concerned that she had to just shoot at a fellow Marine object.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like giving you all the friendly target warnings as you're like overriding to fire the weapon anyways.
Yeah, you get all the bells and whistles yelling at you. All right.
I am very concerned, but I did what Pike told me to do.
Yep, I did my job. I did what I was told. I was following orders.
You did your job.
He fired, and not for nothing. You've got gun camera footage and all sorts of sensor data that says this motherfucker lit your ass up first. I don't know how much that'll help you.
But I mean, I don't know how it affects Wescott, but she followed an order to kill a friendly Marine.
That
so.
she did. All right.
She's probably going to be very conflicted later.
It's okay. The
UPP guy is making a full auto attack on this guy here. He gets 1 success. So that means this guy gets to roll armor, all of it. Doesn't count. Mitigates his damage. This guy. Alright, here we go. Now things get interesting. So this guy is now inside the ATTC, whatever.
Where there is a booby trap.
He hasn't made it. He's on his way downstairs. And I only say that because the zone rules get a little weird. And I'm not trying to push the zone rules too hard, if that makes any sense.
That's okay.
So he's basically inside, and on the next turn, he will encounter the booby trap if he doesn't otherwise fuck that up. All right, so then we go there. They're out. Winston, in your hidey hole in the basement of the air traffic control tower. You and Warren, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You and Warren are hiding out. You've got breaching charges set up to blast anybody coming down that last little bit of hallway before they hit the door to the room you guys are in. Because you're carrying something that is kind of sort of fragile, I do need another 1d6, please, because it's your turn this time. So every time it comes up as your turn... Well, let me ask this, actually, before you roll that. Is Winston carrying it, or is Warren carrying it?
Winston would be carrying it.
Okay. So, Winston, I need a 1d6, please.
Bioplague. Or
There you go.
whatever else horror is in there. Xenoplague.
That, or, the jumping Jehoshaphat ghost of somebody or other. Kaiser Soze or some shit. I don't know. And then is there anything else you want to do? I know you're just kind of in a holding pattern, so is there anything you want to do, or
holding until I get a target to shoot at?
Okay. This other UPP guy now, he is going to oops, let me see, what can I do? No, he's just gonna stay right there and do the same thing that everybody else is doing. He's just gonna auto fire as well. On to what's his face?
1 success.
He rolls his armor with not armor piercing and cancels out any damage. These guys are just...
This is the worst gunfight.
I know. Ever. This gunfight is just going like nowhere. All right, Sergeant Sayax. Let's see. Sergeant Sayax comes in. Pike, when you reposition APC, you happen to see Sergeant Sayax on her little... It's some sort of... What the fuck is she riding? I forget. She's riding some little vehicle. Maybe it's a...
Wait. I know. I wrote this down in my notes. Give me a minute to go look.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of imagined it was a golf cart, but...
I definitely imagine... Right now, I'm imagining a combat gator. Which is a souped-up fucking golf cart.
Yeah, side by side, right?
Yeah. It was either that or some sort of combat motorcycle type deal. That may or may not have,
side cart.
Yeah. Without the sidecar, actually.
Oh.
Flanks is set up. Carrie Lewis is in the tower. Seox is on security transport MX-11A1 armored dune buggy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's riding around. I forget what they're called, but like, it's basically it's literally a dune buggy, but it's like what the Rangers have. So it's like souped up and got a little bit of armor plating kind of shit on there.
Just so you know, I've spelled Sayax as Sayaks in my notes.
If it works. But anyway, yeah, you saw her, and she just comes zipping up. She's gonna come zipping. I don't know what kind of speed that vehicle has, but let's just assume that she can cross 2 zones without too much problem. And she is gonna blast one of those UPP guys. This one. She's not gonna get any crazy bonuses or anything on it. She did get a single success, so this guy is now going to resist with his armor piercing roll. Oh, and he takes a hit. Finally, we get some damage. Sax just literally rolls up and he's like, blat, blat, and hits one of the UPP dudes. That is what? 4 damage?
4 damage.
That actually kills him. So he is dead. Let me make sure I'm getting the right one marked here. Yep, he's dead. Warren, down in the basement of the ATC tower. Anything special going on down there? Are you guys just chilling out, waiting for the inevitable? Weapons trained on the door, fatal funnel style?
Less impressive, but yes, basically.
Okay.
Kind of like, it smells like death in here because, we got 2 dead bodies in there and some random flute and stuff. I think
Some random
Winston
flute and
probably
stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Gotcha. All right, the second UPP soldier of the 2-buddy team thing there has joined his partner. The Ox, I'm just gonna mark it dead. It's on fire, but it's dead. That will take us now to round 2, and at the top of that round is a Blackguard Commando, who is now going to full auto the other guy. Try and kill his buddy. Wow, that's 4 successes. Happening. Yeah, I think this fight is about to be over. Let's see.
That guy can't survive on armor piercing.
I'm gonna roll it just to see what happens.
He extra dies.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens.
What is the step past red mist and bone shrapnel?
Complete vaporization.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, 4 success. Yeah, there's just a hail of gunfire, and that UPP guy just drops. He's not ever getting up on his own. Let's see, who's this one? This one. Okay.
APC?
No. Oh, did I skip over the APC? I did skip over the APC. I'm sorry. APC
Pike's
crew.
gonna drive.
All right, where are you going?
1, 2, 3.
And I think we discussed that briefly the other day, or last session, where how many zones you can move based on something or other.
The speed of the rating of the EPC.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna park not exactly next to the burning ox, but definitely in that vicinity, yeah.
Yeah, I want to use the burning wreck as concealment.
Okay. In case anything else comes up from landing pads.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. Anything else? Wescott? Watts?
We can't. These guys are in the building.
Yeah, they're in the building. They're actually going down the stairs right now.
Is there anything I can actually do right now? Are there any other hostile targets I can see?
No, I don't think so. Not at the moment. Unless you want to try to shoot at one of the UPP. I mean, I'm sorry, the Blackguards.
They're not. Blackguards have not proven themselves to be hostile at this time. Technically, the
Chuckles in GM.
Dude, the random mecha guy who fell out of the sky and blew shit up is not Blackguard aligned to.
He was called on by the Blackguard, but I'm also arguing.
She doesn't see him as being a Blackguard. She sees him as a random dude who went psycho.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
She is very, very upset that it was a fellow Marine she just had to take out.
Well, she's not been. I imagine Wescott has never been read in on the Blackguard, or excuse me, the Berserker program either.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you know, Pike just ordered you to kill a fellow Marine, and when we were starting to back up, he started to light up the APC, and you shot back and blew him away.
Yeah,
pretty much how it went.
Does the APC have any sensors or anything else I can use to help us get a better picture of the situation?
Probably got thermal scopes. Our helmets do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine it's got some sort of sensor stuff.
Do some sort of check to help look around.
You know what? I'll give you this. Make a contact roll.
Okay. Contact roll it is.
Jesus.
I'm gonna push that just because.
Oh god.
Go for
I
it.
really
Bring in all
want
the
to see.
stress.
You already succeeded with stunts.
With 3 successes, yeah. But no, I won't stop you from
I
pushing it.
kind of want to.
If you managed it without a panic roll.
On
like-
6 stress dice, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just debating if I really want to do that because I'm already at 8 panic.
Yeah, that's not a
I
good
feel
call.
like it would be appropriate though
I won't
because
stop
we are
you.
in the middle of combat.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. You got 1 more success for your stress roll.
Roll low. Yeah, you're still at that agility -2.
No, I advanced to 9.
I was gonna say, that means you dropped something.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming I advanced to 9 because I already have 8.
Yeah, that sounds right.
9.
Without looking it up.
Balance, grit, stress mod, stress. So
Did
you
you-
were at
Did you put it to
7.
9, or did the game update?
I just put it to 9.
Okay.
I just manually adjusted it. I don't know what 9 is, frankly.
9 is drop
you-
something.
Eh.
Without looking, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Do I need to look it up? Are we comfortable with that answer? Pretty
Your
sure.
rollable tables.
Are you looking? Oh,
tables.
yeah. Here we go.
Oh me, oh my! I might accidentally drop
Panic
the other
table.
stun grenade.
A result of 9 is drop item.
Don't give them ideas.
Honestly.
Yep. Drop item.
Yeah, at least it'll come back with us if the APC survives.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's most of it's part of my standard kit, so Mother will just give me another
All
one.
right. Just because I don't want to be a dickhead, I'm going to add it to your locker.
Yeah, that would be smart because we keep
Yeah.
doing this to ourselves
Yeah.
over and over again.
And you know what?
Exactly.
The APC is currently our locker.
Yeah. So, like, at the end of
It
the
works
day,
in so many ways.
yeah, it really does.
Okay, so I gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll based
Okay.
on what I am observing.
Well, before you get too much further into all that, what is your main question? Are you trying to just basically get a better grip on what's going on around you?
Plus, I know there's something going on in the spaceport because something crashed over there, and I want to see if I can see what's over there better.
Okay.
I also know that I probably can't see through a wall, but I might be able to use the sensors to notice something or the visual scopes to see better.
I mean, you're rocking thermals, so that'll help a lot.
All right, so to answer your first initial primary question, the thing that crashed on the landing pad was there's 2 things, and I'm going to give you both just so you understand the situation. The initial crash was the crocodile dropship that spat out the ox that you guys have already taken care of, and there's like just a couple soldiers left. The other thing that crashed on the landing pad wasn't so much a crash as it was a orbital insertion onto the surface, which was the Berserker, which you guys have also taken care of. You have a total of 3 additional questions, stunts, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so that's what I learned initially.
Mhm.
So first stunt is +1 to a later roll.
Okay.
I do it quickly.
Okay.
And I show off, just because.
Okay.
I do it with finesse.
I'm going
and
to give
skill.
you one small bit of free bit of info, I guess, is the answer I'm looking for here. You do, in the process of checking all the scopes and sensors and whatnot, you are also tapped into, like on a secondary channel for the APC, you're tapped into the local command net for the overall like operations or whatever that's going on around you. And you are getting I don't know, maybe it's like you're dialing in on one of the impact sites for either where the dropship crashed or where the Berserker landed. And while you're doing that, you're kind of really super focused, but you hear in the background something about, for lack of a better way to phrase it, or to phrase it in a way that everybody would clearly understand, the Marine front lines are starting to crumble at the beach. And are in danger of being overrun any minute.
Pike, we really need to be off this planet.
Try again.
Sergeant Pike, we really need to be off this planet.
I didn't even know, man. I haven't been an NCO in far too long, apparently, because I didn't even catch that.
I agree.
My week of civvy brain in between my out 2 hours of poor little Maureen land causes this every single time.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I agree. We're gonna pick our guys up.
All right. That will take care of you guys. Now we have this dude.
The Upa.
Yeah, the Upa in the basement with the other Upa and the breaching charges. So I'm trying to figure out mechanically. I didn't really think about this when I prepped, and I should have, obviously. What I need to figure out at this point is how do we trigger it?
Well, that's the best part, right? Because these guys don't make rolls. You get to decide if he steps on a wire or not.
Yeah.
What's more fun to you?
Yeah. I'm just gonna have him make a mobility roll.
They succeeded in the roll to set up this thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna make him mobility. Is it? Yeah, there it is. Mobility. But
yeah, I want
a
mobility roll to see if it's the first one or the second one who steps on it.
I kind of want to say that it's an observation, but
well, the first guy didn't step on it. And between the first guy and the second guy is Winston. So Winston, is there anything you want to do before the? Like, you could hear these guys out in the hallway at this point. The first guy has basically come down the little flight of stairs, rounded the corner, and you're not 100% sure, but you are feeling like he's a little bit closer to the door than he ought to be. So maybe he missed the tripwire.
Okay.
You know what you could try to do for awesome points?
Try to get him to fall over onto the tripwire?
No. You take the -2 to hit a small target and see if you can hit the trip line and set it off yourself. Blow them both up.
That would require
passed over.
He'd have to open the door behind which they're hiding.
Yeah, I'm just throwing out cool ideas.
No, that would be cool. That would
cinematic
be cool.
Awesomeness.
So much simpler. How does an armat breaching charge detonate? Is it something that has to be triggered? Is there a remote detonator?
I'll give you this one. Maybe you set up 2. One as a tripwire, and one as a remote detonation, in case they miss the tripwire. And they just happen to be sitting right next to each other.
And if the tripwire is attached to the remote, like a dead man switch or something, right?
No. You have the tripwire that will initiate the one charge, right? The second charge, you have the controller in your hand. All you have to do is press the button, and it goes off. But you're using that one as a backup in case.
There's only one charge.
Oh, was there only one charge? Oh shit, never mind.
Yeah.
So you could do either one.
So
you just have to choose one.
Okay. So I am about the tripwire thing, so I'm going to actually do something a little bit different.
Okay.
Who is up right now? And it's Winston.
It's Winston right now. Let me update my tracker here.
Effectively, Winston and Warren are acting at the same time before the second UPA soldier works.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
So Winston is going to signal to Warren and be like, "He's coming.
He's here."
Oh, I don't know. But he's going to signal to Warren about that. Let's go to the Blackguard, Sergeant Armitage.
Yeah, I think she's nobody else here to shoot except you guys, so she's just gonna kind of fuck off down this way.
Cool. Now it's Warren.
Yeah, Warren.
Okay. What kind of door do I have between us?
I imagine you have a fairly sturdy door between the two of you, or between you guys and the other guys, but it is a wooden door. At the end of the day, it might be wood, with like metal reinforcement inside of it, like inside the door panels or what have you. But at the end of the day, it is ultimately just a wooden door.
Okay. And we didn't get the radio that they were coming in, so we have to assume that they're bad targets.
I'm like in my head. I also imagine how you have that window.
Pike's instructions were to kill anybody coming in unless I called you and told you it was me.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, anybody coming in at this point, you have it. You could probably safely assume, unless you want to read something different out of all that, you could assume that anybody coming down those steps is UPP.
Yeah. So Warren is gonna take a knee and open fire, kind of a spray, and hopefully be able to push the guy back onto the tripwire. That
would be amazing. He falls over and detonates everything. Okay, which one of the two are you gonna shoot at? You can't really see them necessarily. But you're putting a bunch of automatic rounds through a door. You're bound to hit one of them. So we could do
Yeah, well,
either you
that's-
target one of them, or I can just roll 1d2 as to which one.
I guess it's probably not that much more complicated to open the door slightly and just kind of like.
Yeah, especially if you could
So-
just let off like half a dozen rounds suddenly.
Yeah, so that's probably for the best. Open the door slightly and go for it.
Go ahead and make your attack roll,
Um,
and I will just roll a 1d2. Well, I'll just say you're shooting the top guy, who is, I think the actual. You're shooting
He'd be the
you're
closer
shooting
guy.
yeah, you're shooting the guy. Well, no. Yeah, so it would be you're shooting the bottom guy, because the bottom guy is the one that is
yeah.
the top guy. You'd be shooting the top one. He's the one that came down the stairs and has rounded the corner and missed the tripwire.
Yeah, cool.
Two successes, but a panic. Make that panic roll, please.
Okay.
4. Keep it together. All right. First
Alrighty.
things first, he needs to make an armor roll, armor piercing.
Before we go that.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Well, it doesn't
Hey,
matter.
there you go.
He's going to take
You
all of
gotta
those
hit.
shots.
You got a hit and a pushback.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's basically what I'm trying to do is hit and a pushback.
Well, you managed. So I think what happens, like play-by-play wise, I think what happens here is Warren does one of those like, bloop, sticks his muzzle through the door, blah 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 blah. Old boy takes all those rounds in the chest, falls over dead onto the wire, detonating the breaching charge, and killing his buddy, all for the cost of 2 breaching charges and half a dozen rounds.
No, that worked out.
Yeah. So these two are definitely dead.
Warren gets to make a very satisfying reload.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Well, did you fire full auto, or was that just a burst?
He rolled stress
panic
on
roll.
a shooting attack.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that will. Oh, did I just kill the wrong guy?
You
You should
did
have blew
kill
both
one
of
of
them.
You
So,
did kill Warren.
I killed one of the players here.
oh yeah, oops.
Meant UPP soldier. There we go.
Minus dead. I love the minus dead.
Yeah. Plus dead, minus dead. Excuse me. Okay.
Are we out of initiative then?
It looks like, yeah, it looks like we're out of combat. Because all of the adversaries have been neutralized. So let me pull up my notes. You guys have effectively something of a breather at the moment, it looks like.
All right, I will get my coffee.
Well, I mean the characters. But if the players need a breather.
I'm pretty sure we have a call home and ask request pickup moment if we haven't already.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive up to. Let me swap tabs here so I can drive up. I'm going to drive up near the ATC. I'm going to ask Wescott to use our optics to see if the air traffic controller is alive and running around in the ruins of the building. See if we can spot her.
Okay.
I'll let Winston know that it's time for him to extract. I'm parked right outside.
Cool.
And I want to signal to Eckhart, mission complete, priority pickup requested.
Alrighty. So, Luke has his priorities straight. Praise caffeine. That was from Hodgson, by the way. Alright, so, Luke, I do need 2 1d6 rolls. One of them was for your round in the combat, and another round for when you get up to the APC. So, if you haven't quite made it up to the APC yet, you don't have to make that second one, but I do need the first one definitely. Oh, let me check my notes and verify something really quick. Let's see. God damn it. I know I had this in my notes somewhere. Was it a 1 or a 2? Hang on. Double checking before I screw you over.
Do I need to
I
make
like
an
where this is going.
observation or comtech roll to look for
Oh, nope.
Louise?
In a moment. First, I need Winston. Somewhere along the way, You probably wouldn't have noticed. Maybe in the blast you got shuffled and jostled the bag. Can you make me a stamina roll, please?
Stamina roll, eh?
Mm-hmm.
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 Stamina.
Mm-hmm.
A
Okay.
success.
All right, you're good. For now.
Actually have a point in it.
That's a required skill point for all Marines.
Actually, I think it's all characters.
No, it's specifically Marines.
Oh.
It's one of
Oh,
our
stamina is
required
a skill. I'm
points.
thinking of strength. Yeah, never mind. I got them. Got the two flip flop. Okay. No, you're good for now. Second
Okay.
thing. Well, you're still coming out of the building. You have two options. I'm gonna throw them at you because I know maybe there's some comms chatter amongst the five of you.
Mm-hmm.
Winston, as you're coming out of the basement, do you want to take a moment and look around the tower and see if you can find Louise Wu, Carrie Louise Wu? Or do you want to
Was
just
she
head
on
on
top
out
of the tower?
So, out of character, because at this point I'm saying it like this only because I know some characters may have pieced all of this together, but I can't remember exactly who saw what. At one point, Carrie Louise Wu was up on top of the roof and shot something down with an RPG, and she shot an RPG at the Ox when it first showed up, and then the Ox
And it
dumped
did a
a
whole
bunch
fat
of.
lot of nothing.
Well, it
Yeah,
damaged it,
so
but then the Ox shot a bunch of like 23 millimeter gun shit at the top of the building, and she's like, nope, and then has effectively disappeared from sight. Not sure if she's still alive or not.
okay, well, Winston is gonna look around.
Okay, give me an observation roll, and how many flights do you go up? The tower, the ATC tower control room is on.
I believe you said the 5th or 6th before.
Yeah, it's like the 5th floor because I can't remember if there's like 4 or 5 floors, but it's obviously at the top before the roof. Yep.
I'm gonna, because we're still carrying bodies.
Yep.
Yeah. And you got an order from Pike.
Yeah, Sergeant Pike, should I go look for Wu, or should we bring the bodies right away?
We're secure the objectives first.
Secure the objectives. Got it. If there's any time, we can check for.
I guess
if you
this
can
is
peek
when
your
I
head in
make
the
my roll.
stairwell and make a yell, that's about all the delay
Okay.
that I'm interested in.
All right. I will yell as confidently as possible.
You're gonna yell
Cool.
what? What did you say?
As confidently as possible.
Okay. You hear a woman's voice, faint. Maybe she's a couple floors up. Maybe she's only on the next floor up. But you hear a woman's voice come back. It's a little bit dusty, raspy, harsh, hoarse. Jesus Christ, hoarse. Sorry. Maybe like she's been breathing dust for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
But you do get what could otherwise be considered proof of life, short of visually seeing her.
Now let's see. I turn to Warren. I say, how are you able to drag two bodies? And Warren says,
I see how you're delegating this task to your minion. Excellent work, NCO.
Are you able to drag two bodies? We don't really need them to be pretty. We just need them to be in the APC. Sergeant Pike, I did hear someone up there.
Yeah, Pike, I'll let you run that before I GM interfere.
I mean, they're in bags.
Yeah, they're in bags.
If I get
my
bodies, you can run your errand.
All right, I'm gonna stay a second and watch as Warren tries to get through this with the two bodies.
I mean, he's straightforward. You should be able to drag these.
I'm gonna GM handwave that they were both not necessarily very robust physically, so
no,
he
I
might
didn't get
strain a little
description
bit,
of them,
but I think he can get it after a couple of minutes.
All right. All right, I'm gonna run up and do an observation, I guess.
You don't need to.
No, okay.
You see, by the time you get to like the 3rd floor, there's some rubble. It looks like the roof definitely collapsed after eating about a dozen or 2 dozen 23 millimeter rounds.
Yep.
The control room is accessible, but you could already tell without actually going all the way up there that it is well and truly fucked. Any computer stations, terminals, communications gear, it's a fucking mess up there.
All
Carrie Louise Wu made it down to the 4th floor, which is where you are right now, and kind of got buried under a pile of rubble. And when I say pile of rubble, it's not like, I want to be clear, we're not talking like completely buried cartoon style in a pile of rocks, right? Like, she got hit on the head and fell over, and now there's a couple of pieces of rubble holding her down, but she's like actively, like, from, let's say, from the waist up, is like, hold on, I just got to get this big fucking rock off of me. Which, when she says rock, it's obviously a chunk of the wall, right?
Yeah.
But it's obvious that she'll probably be able to move. She may need some medical assistance, but it's coincidental that it's the doctor that came to help her out.
I figured it was appropriate.
Or murder her, we're not sure yet.
I don't get to use my folding and trenching spade, so that's too bad.
You know what? Make a heavy machinery roll, but give yourself a +2, because now I got the picture of an Imperial Guardsman and his stupid entrenching tool trying to wedge this wall-shaped rock off of somebody's legs. So please.
Right. So are you saying that she is covered in sheetrock?
Yeah, basically.
All right, fine. What do I roll?
Heavy machinery. Give yourself a. Use your. Do you have a maintenance jack on you by chance?
No.
Okay, yeah, just give yourself a +2 for the E-tool leverage.
That's gonna.
And you get extra kudos if you say praise the God Emperor.
Praise the God Emperor.
There you go. There you go. You got extra.
Actually, I got extra points.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it doesn't take long at all. It's pretty easy. You find a good spot for leverage. You jam the entrenching tool in there. You apply some leverage. She pops her legs right out, no problem. She's like, my savior. And she's being sarcastic when she says this. All right, let's get the fuck out of here before more UPP show up and blow shit up. I'm fucking done with this place. She's already headed down the stairs, by the way. She didn't even wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna not even go check upstairs because I know she was the only one up there anyways.
Yeah. So I'm assuming by a moment or two later, we have gotten everybody back to the APC. The APC, for those on the outside, you could see where about 4 dozen large caliber bullets spanged off of the armor, like little gouges, little divots, little streak marks, but nothing penetrated the armor. So your little bang bus is running well.
I think Pike is at the door and sees Wu come out, and he'll gesture for her to come to the APC.
Oh yeah, she sees that and she's like, "Yep, I'm coming." And then she's like, "Hold on, I need to catch my breath." Okay, I'm coming.
Catch it here or die tired. And I want to guide her by the shoulders to the command seat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Once she's like, I'm in a tank. I am impregnable.
I hand her the headset for the station.
Okay.
And I tell her, your tower's gone. People need to leave. The transmitter here is strong enough to reach orbit. Until I'm priority evac, you can use this as your ATC.
It's nice.
Yeah, she has some people to call home upstairs.
She starts getting into work on. She starts punching a bunch of buttons and fiddling. Maybe I think maybe at one point she unplugs a wire and then plugs it into a slightly different port and starts typing on the keyboard a little bit. And finally she starts talking. And at one point she's like, you can't tell because I moved my hands far. She gives you the thumbs up and then goes right back to talking and typing and whatnot. Wescott, you're still in your gunner seat or something close to it with a headset on, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are you monitoring your local command net?
I mean, what else would I do at the moment? I have
Pulling
not
security.
received any.
That's exactly what you should be doing.
I'm once we got the door combat locked, I plan to take the APC back to the conveyor and flash freezing complex.
Okay.
To hide from air attacks.
All right, go ahead and reposition yourself. I'm gonna grab the.
Are we hiding under the little bridge between the two buildings?
I don't want the bridge to land on us, so I'm gonna hide right here. So it's still we've got the buildings making it difficult to see us as a target. But if one of these buildings goes down, we don't end up with so much rubble on top of the APC, we can't move it.
I think I got everybody that needs to be in that group there, except
The UPP that was turned to mist. Yeah.
I'm not. Or is he on the truck with
No,
you?
he's not.
He's
No, he's not.
Oh, I mean, we have
examining the water?
the infiltrator prisoner, 2 corpses, Mayland and Carrie Louise now in here with us.
You've got room
Yeah,
for at
oh,
least a
that's
full
a
another squad
whole-
in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
wow.
can stick a bunch of people in here.
Yeah.
So do we
So-
strap the bodies in like
And
they're
3 of them, their comforts. Well, I guess technically 4 of them, their comforts irrelevant. I will, I'll make sure that Winston goes and takes a look at Watts. Wescott stays on the gun. I'll have Warren sit down in the driver's seat.
Okay.
Because he has piloting.
Does Warren have piloting?
He does.
All right, Winston, give me that good old medical roll. I'll give you +1 dice because you have resources aboard the APC that you might not have had on your person. This will be to do whatever you can to help what's his face become more useful to the team.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
Watts
advantage.
currently has a critical on his arm that prevents him from using it.
And he's used his second wind. I don't know if
Yes.
there's a way to reset that short of starting a whole new session.
15 minutes have passed.
Okay.
He gets to use it again. It's basically a once per fight.
Okay. Winston, would you like to push that for any additional successes, perhaps? You don't have to. I think we can.
Yeah.
Hold on. What was? Oh, I did not mean to walk you into a panic roll. That was a really good roll, though. Otherwise,
Yeah.
5 successes.
Yeah. I think we go ahead and make that panic roll, and let's see if you don't kill Watts. Yeah, you keep your
Not
shit
even
together.
close.
All right, so you got a total of 5 successes. So I think Watts, we can argue.
He has 2 hit points at the moment.
I think we can argue he can get like 1 or 2 more.
The rules strictly say, obviously rule 0, but the rules strictly
Yeah.
say you can't recover hit points unless you're at 0 hit points.
Ah,
Really?
The recovering hit points from there is like a passive healing thing. It's to stop people from rolling medical aid every turn to heal tank somebody in the game.
I
Just
think
keep putting bandages on these
narratively,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
other
narratively
thing is,
speaking, go ahead.
Hit points are supposed to represent like superficial scratches and getting exhausted and getting like a otherwise meaningless flesh wound. Where when you drop to 0 and take a crit, that's when you actually get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Makes
it goes
sense.
through the muscle or something.
well, he gives Watts the combat slap patch and arm sling.
I think with 5 total successes and the fact that you guys have had at least a full turn of nothing going on, I think we can argue that Watts is now at 3 hit points. Was he at 2 before? Was that right?
He stood back
Maybe.
up from second wind with 2.
Okay, and what's his max hit points?
6.
Oh yeah, definitely we can put it up to
Jeez.
3. We can put it up to 3, and then that still gives Winston things like having a +1 on the next time he has to roll this or free roll, whatever the fuck the stunts are.
Let's find out.
I don't think some of those stunts apply, but you get the idea.
No stunts for this skill.
Okay, well I think in that case, the next time you have to patch somebody up, you'll have a +1 bonus carried with it.
Nice.
Confidence bonus.
Yeah. Confidence, competence. I'm not actively trying to murder this one. Maybe the other guy I was, but not this one.
Right back into actually help mode. I got this.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to help this time.
Yeah, I've helped 2 people already.
Yeah.
And none of them have ended up dead.
So I think what happens is it starts with, maybe you've got a hatch open just to get a little extra air inside. I'm sure the
Nope.
APC has. Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
I know.
combat locked and it smells gross. I don't care.
But there's AC in here, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean like every other army vehicle, it has AC. It will be cold.
AC. It's
well,
cold.
it'll be cold. It'll just stink.
It's cold from this close to the vent. That's what it always was like for me.
Oh my god, the weirdest sensation ever was riding turret in a Humvee
Oh man.
And having the air conditioning blow on your lower legs because your legs
Yeah.
are so far forward,
Yeah.
and your torso's in the sweltering heat.
Yeah.
So you have like numb knees from the cold, and you're sweating through your shirt. You're like, my body does not like
Yeah,
this.
I have
It
two
thinks I'm
legit.
dead or hallucinating.
I have two legitimate climate zones in my body right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think what happens is sitting in the APC, kind of sitting there waiting and waiting, waiting. The first thing.
And I've got Wescott, doing
sweeps or whatever.
Sweeps. Yeah.
Okay. I think the first thing that happens is a single solitary whoop sound that can be heard by everybody, but it just so happens to take place at an angle where Wescott isn't able to actually see it. And then a couple more follow very quickly afterwards. We're talking like with just a couple seconds later. And then suddenly a whole fucked, like I'm talking like a straight up out of the 1980s, the Russians are here moment. It's fucking artillery rounds, rocket rounds, aircraft flying overhead, super high speed passes, and everything is fucking shaking. Everything like is exploding. There is so many explosions going on. It is ridiculous. Wescott, you're able to see some of the first couple of ones, and you're like, oh shit. And then next thing you know, it's nothing but dust and debris. You can't even see the individual explosions.
There were civilians here. There probably is not anymore.
Yeah, so it stops after probably like about 5 minutes. And the dust finally starts to clear. Everything south.
During those 5 minutes, Pike is just laughing. And if anybody looks concerned in the vehicle, he just looks and says, if it doesn't hit us, we're immune to it. And if it hits us, you'll never know. And he just keeps laughing.
I think that's exactly what happens is he says that out loud and he starts laughing because it's just so fucking maniacal, but yet so true. Everything south of the tower is gone. The wall. Sorry, I heard thumping outside. I was wondering if the Russians were here. Everything south of the tower is gone. The wall is, there might be a couple of pieces that are still upright. The accommodations block in the rec area, straight rubble. It has been pummeled. Let me fix a couple things really quick here. Because some of these things didn't instance very well. So I will do this instead. No, I didn't want that one. I wanted... And in case you couldn't tell from indistinct cues in the things I'm trying to say, it is time for our big climactic moment. Hang on, I gotta figure out how to remove a mark. Which one of these? This one? There we go. There we go. Okay, figure that one out. Now I need... Whoops, where did you go? God damn it. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's out of the way. The players are going to see some shit that your characters probably wouldn't see right away, but if you look towards the south of the map, there is some shit going on.
Oh.
You get a call over the radio. Pike, you've very much become interested in Karen Eckhart, despite the fact that she's a commissioned officer and you're not. So her voice is almost like music in your ears. Everybody else, it's just Lieutenant Eckhart. You hear her, it's almost surreal because you've just witnessed this artillery and rocket barrage obliterate the southern portions of the map. And then you hear almost too clearly Lieutenant Eckhart. And she says something to the effect of, We got pushed off the beach. They're about to hit the spaceport. We've got support coming. We need to hold out. Fight off as long as you can. The blackguards, you see some of these guys light off into, through your scopes and whatnot. The blackguard and the local security, if they didn't die in the barrage, you see bits and pieces of them every now and again, or you can't identify or locate them. The ones that were out further south. Sergeant Zatz, you see her burning bike or dune buggy or whatever the fuck it was.
No.
It's burning. It almost looks like it took a hit directly dead center and just blew it outward. Not sure if she was riding it or not, but the bike dune buggy thing is obliterated.
Okay.
I'm going to start a very large fight here, so hopefully this doesn't get crazy.
Oh, it's gonna get crazy.
Well, I mean, it's gonna get crazy, yes. I'm not going to add until you guys exit the APC. I'm not going to add you individually to the combat thingy.
Why would we willingly exit an APC?
If it's on fire and about to explode.
Okay.
There's a lot of reasons. Maybe Pike doesn't want you in here anymore.
Get out! Get the fuck out!
Maybe Warren just wants to be a hero.
Honestly, if that's what he's going to do in the middle of an entire wave of UPP soldiers, Wescott would be better off just having Pike shoot her before walking over there.
I just thought it was funny. It would be funny to say it like that, so. Get out. Just get the fuck out. Nobody wants your bullshit.
We might throw the prisoner out.
I'm sick of your shit. Okay. I've got everybody loaded. Like I said, until you guys exit the vehicle, then I will add you to the initiative order. Otherwise, rolling initiative. This is going to be a big fight. I need a little tracker thingy for myself that I'm going to forget about after the first round. Okay. Now I got to find this particular UPP guy. He is right there. He is going to bound up with his team. Okay, begin combat. So this is going to take a little while. Bear with me, guys.
All the one zone movements.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense though. They're bounding up as teams and squads or whatever because they don't know what to go. They know there's people out here.
I wonder if any of the Blackguard have survived long enough to shoot back at them.
It's
Probably not.
Anybody.
I'll put it this way: the answer is yes, but they're dead, and there's still more of those fuckers coming. So what you see on the board is what you get. Now your characters don't know all the numbers, but where's this guy?
I'm assuming running them over like we're riding a lawnmower isn't a valid option.
I mean,
it's not a survivable one for the APC.
It's not the best option, but it is an option.
I have a better plan.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it is not called Runaway.
No, and it involves traumatizing Wescott.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Can I do I need to just mark off the fact that I need to roll a permanent mental illness or like the permanent mental thing later?
Oh, the
mental trauma table.
Yeah, when you've done lost your shit.
Well, I'm sitting at 7 stress. Every time I roll panic, I'm inching closer and closer to what is the minimum of rolling it, like an 11.
Yeah, if you get a panic result of 11 or higher.
Yeah, I'm sitting at panic to 9 right now, and I have 7 stress.
But you've still got that iron will, so you're looking at +1 to 3, or sorry, +1 to 4.
God, I'm getting confused about where I want these guys to run. This is just perfect, just like the real world. I don't know where I want these guys to go anymore. I've already lost cohesive, like, identifying which one's a part of which team.
You know, I'm kind of glad that there are 2 other people in here that can also fire the guns, because I'm betting 1 or 2 like rolls in, Wescott is just totaling on the floor comatose. It's not going to go well.
It's all right. I'm looking forward to giving Winston some time to really manage his stress.
Well, all of you merciless motherfucker.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you
I
guys
actually,
don't want,
you know what?
this
I
is your
envisioned this
field
going.
day. This is glorious for you.
I envision this going slightly different than me moving all these pieces all fucking night.
Yeah, I kind of
But
figured
why
you were
don't you
gonna do like
just move
one
them in
per
bulk?
group.
I was just
You
wondering,
really
like, how
need
do I?
So what
You
you
know
do
what?
is you clear it, and then you give each squad an initiative, and then just pop
Yeah,
people off the initiative like we're playing 40k tabletop.
yeah, that's what I'm
And
thinking.
little dudes die when you hit the squad.
All right, let's do this. Let's.
Yeah, this is gonna take you literally all night otherwise.
Yep.
This is going faster already.
Yeah. Can you not multi-select and move them forward?
I can. I'm trying to keep some order of
Yeah, he's fixing
when they were
his-
originally
his,
set
like-
up, they were originally for like squads and fire teams. So I'm trying to maintain some of that.
Yeah, they're groups of 8
9.
with an extra. Okay, they're groups of 9 or 8.
Well, it's 2 groups
with
of
a
4
dude.
with a leader. So 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're groups
ATC.
of 9.
You're up.
All right, so I'm going to. I would like Winston to get on the twin Gatling guns since he's got 2 hands and a dream.
He's got 2 hands and a dream.
I mean, I'm not gonna contest that. Watts is not gonna be fightingable. All right, fine, I'll do it.
We've still got Wescott on a
Also,
gun.
before you guys get too far into this, I'm going to actually throw you in the crew.
Pike's not getting on a gun. He's not taking the driver's seat. He's just like holding on to something on the ceiling. Puts a hand on Wu's shoulder and says, "Keep doing what you're doing." And he's going to swap over to Channel 0 for the remaining Blackguard. And he's going to say, Sergeant So, and if we are ready to provide fire support, if you are dead, all remaining Blackguard, here are your marching orders. And I would like to make a command roll to organize the surviving Blackguard.
There are a couple because they stayed in the cargo center, continuing to scan people. So you do get a couple back. Why don't you give me a?
He's pulling rank.
No, I get it. I get
conditioned
it.
for
Yeah,
it.
let's go with command rank, command, just to see if they even bother responding.
Yeah, that's what Pike said. He's got a dip rolling.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe charm first, but
No.
But yeah, so you did
That's
get a
literally
response?
the purpose of command.
He's not trying to be like, "Hey guys, like let's do
No,
this."
no,
He's like,
I know.
If your
I was trying
sergeant
to-
is dead, you're mine right now, and we're gonna do this. So,
yeah, and so you
I'll take-
definitely get an answer back, and it's something to the effect of. I'm trying to figure out what they would say. Give me just a moment here. You get
No contact from Sergeant 6.
Yeah, no, one of them says, "Yeah, we heard Sayax's dead. We're the only 2 left. We're heading down to."
Pike's gonna order them to grab their normies.
Those aren't even normies. Those are security. They're rent-a-cops.
He's calling them normies because they're normal humans.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
AWs.
I just wanted to make sure you knew what they were.
Yeah.
That grab the normies with guns, and
He's going to tell them to grab their normies and form defensive positions between the cargo center and the power station.
Okay.
I will be maneuvering fire support to support their position.
Okay. All right. You got one. Yeah, I'll go with that. Fuck it. All right. So let me grab this.
All right, this is a hold action. We are not assaulting. We're letting them assault to death. And if any of these people want to live, we got to shoot together.
So I think this is what they get set up. They got these guys out of sight, but where they have lines of sight of some sort to where the enemy is. Um,
And
Are
I
these two
will-
hiding in the building? The ones you moved to the south of the power station?
no, they're just using this this area so they can look off to the southwest and use the side of the building as cover as well.
Okay.
And I will take the APC. I will tell Warren to drive us to right here, so
Okay.
we can use the edge of the building for cover and fire down, because like all of this shit is leveled.
Um,
Right.
yeah, well, definitely. How did you do that, by the way?
I'm just using the measuring tool because everyone can see it.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, everything's south of that line. The tower is, yeah, the tower, terminal, and hotel are pretty fucked up, but everything south of that is just completely fucking rubbleized. I mean, you got maybe like a couple of like corner pieces of the building still standing, and maybe sections of the second floor are there, but everything is just fucking obliterated.
You could
Okay.
say it's all rubles.
I'm gonna give you that one.
Then we'll move the APC right here, so we can back up as necessary. But we have a fire line.
You got something of a
back to the
firing
right
line
tab.
going southwest to west, yeah.
Like we can hit targets that are approaching our guys,
Yeah.
and we can fire down this street as well. And we're at least far enough away from the fuel tanks that we should get rubble thrown at us and not just crisp speed.
Yep.
And yeah, I that'll be. So we've got what you guys haven't fired yet, but we're in position now. I think you guys could probably fire.
Yeah, I mean, can we see something several thousand of zones later?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could see what would amount to, because it's also kind of not necessarily dark, but I think with overlaying clouds of dust and
Suppressive
shit.
fire, I think, is the word that we're looking for. Right?
Well,
they shooting
flip
things
side-
to make them to leave us the fuck alone
well,
or slow down.
Yeah, the flip side of suppressive fire is it also draws an awful lot of attention in your general direction.
Yeah, I don't want, like, if you guys don't fire when you can hit, don't fire to make noise. But
Yeah.
and I'll let I'm confident in Winston. I just put a hand on his shoulder and say, have at it. But because he's not actively touching anything, he's just on his radio and talking. He'll look at Wescott and say, you're gonna evaporate some people. You better fucking do it. If you don't turn these people to mist, our boys are gonna die. Don't fuck this up.
What's Westcott got to say to that?
She scans for targets. She doesn't
She
say anything.
says
She
nothing.
scans for targets. Yes, Sergeant.
Yeah.
Scans for targets.
Okay.
Yep, and now you're on the weapon where you get to clearly watch the effect of all your shots. You're not blinded by muzzle flash at all. So you're just gonna have to watch yourself vaporize people with an anti-tank laser over and over. This is Pike's plan to start converting you. The horrors of war.
You already can probably tell she is not in a she's at panic 8 already. She's back in the Trumbles land. I'll have to remember to add the Trumbles to my ranged roll there.
All right, the two oxes have moved up. We are now at the start of the second round, I think. Although it's going to take me a moment to click through all this shit.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best to kill as many people as possible
All right.
before they kill us.
All right, so,
I
the
mean,
first handful of soldiers are going to scooch up. Let's see, that's 4, 7. I'll grab all of them. Scooch up.
is there still a wall there?
Yeah, that is a blast wall, but there are some gaps in that wall.
Okay.
You could see movement through it, but it's nothing consistent just yet. Excuse me. Like you see
I just like
movement,
the-
you see legs as people scoot by in the distance through the holes, but let's see.
I also let the Blackguard know that for clusters of enemy movement, if they can give me direction in range,
Yeah.
because I have a rule that I haven't used yet. I think would probably be very helpful right now.
That doesn't count. All the infantry have moved. So that will take it to, let's just say, the Blackguard and their crew. You do get a call back from one of them, and he's like, I'm sure the Blackguard would have some like super cool special code word or whatever, but basically they're set. They're just waiting.
Cool.
And now it is back to you guys, the APC team. Anything you want to do? Any brief conversations you want to make in about I guess for the lack of a better way to explain, I think we're kind of moving in a strategic mode. Maybe 30 seconds around instead of 5.
Do the Blackguard pass me any like concentrated position information, like direction and distance from their position?
Sergeant Pike, we're seeing some movement to the west beyond the blast wall. Not clear on numbers, looking like the squad, perhaps more. By the way, I do hear it sounds like at least 2 oxes in the background somewhere.
We've got AT.
Understood.
Stand by for fire support.
Standing by.
And I'd like to flip channels to Mother, and I would like to make a command roll to call in a railgun strike.
Ooh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Hold on. What would Mother's response be?
That's what the command roll is for.
Yeah. Oh, the one that you're
That I
about
need
to
to
roll
make.
another one?
Yep.
Man the hell out of Mother.
One tungsten rod coming at orbital speed.
I
That.
am pushing that.
Yeah.
I'll take my
Right.
successes to authorize and drop a limited railgun strike on a concentrated enemy position of infantry. Because
Okay.
I don't know where the oxes are. They weren't able to see them yet, but they know where the infantry are coming in. So
Yeah, I would say that they're reporting about this vicinity.
then that's where I'm targeting the railgun.
Can you guys see? Nope, that's not gonna work. Yeah, so you could drop one here and maybe it'll have some effect. Walk me through calling in a fucking railgun strike. Are there rules of any sort for that? Because I don't recall seeing any. I'm sure there are.
Yeah, so there are rules for calling in air support in orbital strikes,
Okay.
and I am the mission commander for the Tam Tam crew.
You are. Or at least
So
for
I
this
don't have-
mission on the ground.
Right. So I have command authorization for weapons release. So I roll a command roll to get Mother on board and to properly target.
And that's what this 2
and-
success roll was for, correct?
Well, I only need 1 success to do that. But if I fail, you would tell me whether or not like my solution was off.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Mother did not approve of
Yeah,
the
risk
location of that strike
assessment
for some reason.
Yeah.
But I succeeded, and there is no there are starship stats for ship weapons, but otherwise I'm orbitally bombarding a spot, so it's really a narrative
Okay. So it's basically up to me how many of these motherfuckers die.
yeah, when a tungsten rod plunges from orbit and it hits with the force of a Moab, it's
Yeah. I think what we get, I'm gonna say definitely anybody in this I'll tell you what, pick a zone. Well, I mean you already see the bad guys, so we're gonna definitely wipe out these guys.
If I have to pick one zone for a limited strike, then this zone, everybody touching the lines for this zone dies.
Yeah, they are dead. These guys, I'm just gonna make a single.
You can make a d6 roll to see how many of them die.
Well,
Oof.
I was debating about. Actually, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. No, you know what I'll do though is. Can they all make a strength roll? Alright, yeah. We're just gonna make a strength roll. Each one. Okay, he lives. He lives. He dies. He super lives.
He gains health.
He gains health.
Do it again. I'm regenerating.
He gets even more health. And there's nobody else in
he
the
gets a
adjacent
promotion.
zone. So I think everybody. I think what we see is this fucking just. I don't know. I think there's a bright flash of light and a solid booming thud, and maybe like a moment later a sonic boom from the heavens. I don't know how this would work. We've obviously never seen this happen in real life, but I think there's definitely a big bang and a flash of light, and you get a call back from UPP. It's like, that definitely killed some. I don't know how many, but it definitely killed some. We can hear screams over here. It's pretty fucking awesome. And then they resume radio protocol.
Yeah. Yeah, let them know, you know. When you have good concentrations, give me direction. I'll call in another.
Understood. That will take us now into the oxes. So the first one is going to squirt up. He only has movement too. I think
How to say you've trained in American doctrine? We have to do what? Airstrikes.
I need one of these randos to make an observation roll here. So.
Yeah, the best part is we didn't shoot any weapons from the APC. Not yet, anyways.
Yeah. So this ox here moves up to this position. Actually, I'm gonna bring him back, just to the edge there. He's doing the same thing you guys are doing, using the buildings for cover. Even though security checkpoints pretty much at this point, it's pretty much just a basically a plywood shack and nothing better. But he's just forward enough that he can spray the. I don't know, what has he got? 25. He's got a 20mm Gatling gun that he is about to dump in the general direction of these guys. Here. Oh, I have no crew. Whoops.
At least they've got cover, so they'll get some extra dice for their armor rolls.
What do I want to roll for this? 'Cause I don't have crew in these fuckers. Damage 3. Fuck it. Come here, you.
Pike has been quietly accumulating command ranks.
I bet.
All right. I don't know what what is the damage on this fucking? Oops, wrong button.
Is it 3? 20mm Gatling.
Yeah, 3.
Base damage 3.
Use a soldier with a +2 because I'm just going to assume that maybe they've got targeting shit in their vehicle. So that's gonna be 5 damage. This guy's got armor, but he's also gonna get, I don't know. Let's say 2 dice bonus from the building. We'll give him armor piercing just as much. Well, he's dead. He had some protection. It just shot right through it. This guy is also going to get. Let's see, 2 piercing. He's also dead. So those 2 are dead. You get a call from the Blackguard. Contact. 20mm gunfire south of the power station. Engaging the power station. This motherfucker here. 2. Technically, that's crossing a 3rd zone. I'm only going to move him there to illustrate his location. But basically, with this, what this guy's done is he's moved up and gone through a gap in the wall caused by the bombardment. I don't think he's got direct line of sight to you guys, so he is going to shoot at these guys here. Same thing I'm going to do. Range combat +2. is a total of 4 damage. This guy will also get +2 but armor piercing. He's dead. Same thing here. Takes 3 damage, but he's also dead because
He canceled the success.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
He did.
yeah. So that's
he
what
sticks
happens.
his head down.
Yeah, he's like, nope, fuck that, and runs back over here as his buddy gets obliterated by 20mm rounds. And also pockmarks all over the cargo center walls and shit. Let's see, that takes it to I think that's everything. So we're back to my infantry guys. These guys a little bit dazed, a little bit frazzled. These guys are gonna move up. These guys are gonna move up. These guys here. Okay. We're actually on that. Alright. You get a call from the Blackguard. They're seeing some movement due south of where the vehicles just moved up. They're obviously calling in the vehicles. You can hear the 20 mic mics going off, of course. They're pretty loud. But they're not giving you anything consistent as far as location of anything other than those 2 vehicles.
Okay.
I think you definitely get a really good idea of where this one is. You've got a pretty good idea, but not necessarily a solid fix. I don't think they can see it exactly, but they know where it was when it shot, and then it backed up a few feet, waiting for support to come in.
I would like Warren to drive us to here at the corner of the power station.
I move here. Which requires what? How many steps?
If it's
that's
2 zones minimum. So you've got 3 before you need to make a piloting roll to get a 4th. I think is how it works.
Oh, okay, good.
We're using the structure of the power station to give extra armor to the APC.
Yep.
Go ahead, gun bunnies. Wreck the ox.
So is it the ox and clear line of sight now?
Yeah, I imagine you're gonna shoot for this one. You can't quite see this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What are we looking with here? We've got.
Do we want to start with the anti-tank gun?
The 20mm, or the phase plasma.
The phase plasma gun.
Yeah, that one definitely does more damage.
Okay. So, I get +1 from the weapon.
Yes.
-2 from my panic.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything up? +2 for aiming. So I'm at a wash of +1 right now.
Sounds right.
Okay.
So yeah, range combat +1 die.
You can do it.
Roll that. What's your panic at right now? 8?
My sheet says 9.
Did we forget to bump it down? When you because Pike cleared some of that.
It definitely should be 8, so I will set it manually to 8, and then I will roll the stress.
Okay. That's 3 successes so far.
Okay. How horrible is my stress?
Just drop something else.
Freeze.
Nope, we lose the shot.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
All right, Winston notices and opens fire, I guess.
All right. So for you with the GATs and
you get so you get 2 for aiming.
Yep.
It's full auto. You might as well full auto.
Yeah, why wouldn't you follow?
So go ahead and take a stress and add 2 more dice, and then because it's a Gatling gun, you get 3 dice on top of that.
So that's
Go ahead and make your ranged combat with +7.
yeah, that's fucking wild.
That's amazing.
This fucking ox is
And
about to
I
get
take 1
obliterated.
stress.
And you take 1 point of stress, but you don't make a panic roll unless you
Correct.
roll the face hugger, which you did not. So that is a total of 3 successes. So that's 3 damage. What's the base damage for the 20 mils? 3?
Do you want to push it? Those 2 successful stress dice don't re-roll, so you're only re-rolling 1 stress die.
That is true.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a safe and he rolls a 1.
That's fine. That's fine though.
Yeah, so
It's a
6
vehicle
total
weapon.
successes.
Go ahead and roll that
And,
panic for me. Let's make sure this 5. Nervous twitch. That doesn't affect your shot though, if I'm right. Am I right?
Correct.
So
Everybody's
that's-
stress in the vehicle goes up by 1.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's all of you.
I'm now at stress.
11? No. Don't listen to me.
10.
No, I think I'm in stress. I'm in
'Cause-
stress 9 now.
Stress has 1 stress.
All right, so 6.
So now it's 6 successes.
6
is
on top of
9,
base 3 is 9 damage, and I
and it's
have to-
armor piercing.
Yep. Oh, right there. Oh, my
wow.
God. That's gonna suck so much ass.
Did I just light it up?
Yeah, you did. You did a lot.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the 2 vehicles on the map are currently sharing the same hit point pool. I don't know why they're not instanced correctly like that, but the
We
one that
can
you just
pretend one has poofed and the other one is still
no,
there.
it's still they're both still there. It's just looking
Oh.
an awful lot like armored Swiss cheese. Like if Swiss cheese came out of a you get the idea. God damn it, there's so many holes to that fucking thing. I believe the rules also say something about if you take so much damage on a single turn, there's a critical roll or something.
I don't remember reading that.
No, I don't remember seeing that
It
either.
is in ships. I don't know about vehicles.
We're
I
not in
should've-
ships.
I know, and I should have looked at the vehicle combat rules, but
We move on, I guess.
Vehicle combat. I mean, it's only 3 pages, so give me a second.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Damaged vehicles. At that point, it is wrecked. That is wrecked. Ramming. Hull is how much before wrecked. Vehicle weapons, ramming enemies, aerial vehicles, and repairs. That's it.
all right. I guess this thing is still barely, but still in the fight. Anything else from the APC crew?
Pike is going to call in a railgun for this zone.
Okay. Make your command roll. And that will determine whether or not Mother approves it. And then the hit is basically automatic. Is that if she approves it? Is that right?
If I succeed, then she agrees with my firing solution and fires the railgun.
Okay.
All right. I'll
Oh.
take my success.
And you were, just to clarify, you were shooting this zone, correct?
Yep, I figure I'll hit this zone to hit that guy with a
Yeah.
full strike, and then we'll splash these.
Oh, God.
So maybe we can secondary kill this guy.
It takes a moment after the bright flash and the several sounds of sonic booms and the massive, massive, gargantuan thud that this super high-speed chunk of metal makes when it hits the ground. But once the dust clears, there is a very clearly defined, what's the word I'm looking for here? Black cloud rising from where presumably a vehicle might have been before it got blown the fuck up. So now it's my turn, and this vehicle crew is, man, I'm gonna have them make a. Nope. They are noping out. Fuck that.
Does it take damage for being in an adjacent?
Oh shit. That.
Yeah, that
I
whole thing.
apologize. I apologize. It also goes.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, they don't even get a chance to go to nope out. They fucking
It only-
died.
We did 9 in the first hit, so it had what, 1 hit point left?
It had 1 hit point. That's why it was like you there might be like in the deleted scenes of the DVD, there'll be a shot and it'll be like a shot and you can see where the camera zooms in kind of close on the side hole and you can see one of the troopers looking out going, "Holy shit," in Russian.
And then we got a roll for all of these people.
Yeah. Yep. We are back onto the infantry.
These guys are also adjacent zones.
Oh,
Don't
shit.
they all roll to see if they get collateraled as well?
Yeah, my bad.
I'm trying to keep these Blackguard alive.
So that crew is... I'm just going to kill them all. This crew... Wait a minute. 2 survived. Ah, fuck it. Too late now. Some of them survived.
I mean, you could take one of the dead guys and just drag his token over to be the one survivor from the other hex.
Yeah. That seems smart. Yeah, you're definitely whittling down the ranks. Fucking Pike should not have let... You guys should not have let the prior service guy be the team leader, because otherwise you guys probably died like 6-7 sessions ago.
Well,
the
war crimes are...
I didn't pick myself to be the team.
No, I know. I'm fucking with you. So that infantry
we
unit
would
is
have
moved.
done things in a vastly different manager, a different manner,
Oh,
if I
absolutely.
was the team lead or if Luke was the team lead.
Yeah.
Things would not have happened in this way.
I think it's fair to say that Pike killed at least one person this round, and his stress goes down by 1.
I think it's safe to say that his stress went down when he watched what was left of this APC that was over here just get annihilated by the shockwave of the tungsten round. They're gonna move up this way. Are you gonna move up that way, please? Why are you not moving? Why are you not moving? Oh, because my shit froze. Of course. Motherfucker. Alright, well. Oh, there it goes. Reconnected.
He went for coffee. He's not gone.
He went for... Okay. Alright. My internet connection is unstable. Thank you, Foundry, for telling me that.
Zoom says it too sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, well, my heads up was when I was trying to move a group of soldiers and they didn't want to fucking move. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I look over and you guys are frozen. I was like, son of a bitch.
I feel like while he's watching this on the APC optics, like Pike has got his hand like on the radio for the calls, and he's merciless and he's dropping these strikes. In between calls, he's just like biting his lip, having a great fucking time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pike being the walking monster that he is.
Yeah. Give me just a second. I'm trying to get my phone to get back. There we go. All right. Apologies for anybody that got dumped. Mostly it was just me. Cat got my power strip. No, I have. Okay, no. Comstar is BattleTech, so I have Comcast for cable. And they are about
Comcast got bought out by somebody else, and then it is not any better.
No, it's not. And so Comcast basically acts like Comstar, and how Comstar feels against the Federated Suns in about 3028, 3029. In other words, like
Canada. To be fair, Canada has 2 internet providers across the entirety of Canada.
We have 2 big ones, and then a handful of little shits, which is Comcast and I'm gonna say Time Warner. But Time Warner might be very much localized to the majority of the South. And there's of course like Dish Network and things like that.
Dish Network doesn't count as cable.
I still can't move. Okay, I gotta refresh my connection or thingy again. Nope. I fucking lost my connection again. Okay. Everybody's frozen again. That's amazing. Alright, well, that's fine. I'm gonna see if I get them back, and if we do, we'll figure out how we're gonna proceed. Nope, I don't think I'm gonna get them back. Maybe. Zoom Workplace is connecting. It's attempting to reconnect. This is moderately annoying. We're recording nothing at the moment. This is amazing. So just so you guys can see what's on my screen, this is what's on my screen right now. For those watching the YouTube video after the fact. Okay, we're reloading some stuff. Burn the sacred incense and praise Blake with its mighty glow. Yep, nope, I hear ya. Okay. Wow, we're out of order here. And they're freezing up again. Amazing. Amazing. Oh my god. This is awesome. I don't even know if I'm still streaming. I'm somewhat recording though. My internet is being absolute shit. Did I just lose Zoom again? Okay. Let's see what happens here. Don't mind me as I play Russian roulette or something with faces to try to get people back where they're supposed to be. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay. This is the last time. I don't know what's going on. My internet has gone to absolute shit.
Just going to take over her turret and mow the rest of them down.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how this goes for Wescott, Pike wins, right? Like either you can keep it going and
can you guys see me
to
and hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Now.
Okay.
We actually can hear you now, which is an improvement.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, listen.
Either Wescott continues to traumatize herself, or she mentally breaks and he just pulls her off the turret and he still wins because she's probably gonna like need to find a way to survive this and fights that answer.
Okay. I'm gonna interject only because I'm afraid I'm gonna lose the internet again. Because while in that last bit, 3 times I started to get it and it dropped. So, for the purpose of getting through all of this, I'm gonna do a little bit of hand waving, and I feel bad. But let me do this. No, because I feel like that's a waste of another session. Because the two.
No, we need to get this done so we can get into the next one, right?
Let's simplify it.
Yeah, go ahead.
We
I'm
take
listening.
a roll. Like we in the APC do our thing. They in mass and wave. You just select them all, poof them a little forward because it doesn't really matter.
Ah, damn it! See, I am super frustrated here. Super frustrated because my internet has gone to shit.
And then Pike are gonna just love life again.
Yeah, so
there's
it's
only
the soldiers right now.
There's only 2 important roles I think that might change the outcome of this. And that's Wescott rolling to shoot twice, so we can see what those 2 panic rolls might be.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think that would just save us time if you're okay with us just doing it that way there, Omar.
All right, well, I unfortunately was frozen yet again.
Okay, simplification.
Oh, you were frozen again?
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Wescott rolls 2 combat ranged attack rolls.
Okay.
To see how bad her panic gets.
Okay.
And Pike rolls a command roll to see if he gets his last artillery thing. And that's the only 3 rolls we can think of that would change anything.
Yeah, let's do it. And quickly before I lose connection again.
All right, here's my command roll. Yep, and that would drop right here. So that's those 3 squads.
Where I was on the wrong window. In that. Oh yeah, you wanted it in there.
These 3 squads.
Yep, I got you.
Okay.
Roll stress.
Yep, roll the stress. 3. Okay.
Going well.
Okay. You're still frozen.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the second range combat roll.
Wait. How can I be frozen twice in a row? I can't, right?
You
It's
should be
August.
11.
Yeah,
If you
what's
were already
11?
at 10.
What's 11?
Let me pull the table up real quick. 11 is seek cover, but she's already in cover.
Yeah, so I can't move. And then I
Runs
get
out
one
of the
more roll
tank.
to see how it goes.
It's combat locked.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, when it's combat locked, you have to you actually have to apply conscious energy to figure out. Oh yeah, it's locked, dummy.
Yeah. So let's get that other range combat roll and see. You know you want to push it just so you can make it.
I want to see. Yes, I want to see her hit more.
Oh, look at that!
All those yellow dice, and not one of them came up a 6. Okay, so I think what we get, as mentioned, is
I'm really upset that she did not tip into madness right now, because I think that would have been hilarious story-wise.
I think we could still argue story-wise that maybe she does have something of a break.
I mean, those rolls. I mean, especially on that last one, you succeeded at. You vaporized a person.
Yeah, you're annihilating people.
I did hit panic 11, so I'd still technically have to do the combat resolvey thing at the end.
I think we can.
Think so.
I think we can make a narrative argument that yes, that needs to happen. Not necessarily right this second.
It's an end of session thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're pretty much at end of session because I cannot guarantee we're gonna get this. So normally, obviously, I help you guys. As part of the show, we do questions one at a time and talk about whatever. Actually, let me pull up my journal and hope that I don't lose connection here. I don't fucking understand what the hell happened, but I'm the guy that expects things to always work because that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we do the abbreviated quick trip through the list of checkboxes for XP then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will give you, as a very, very quick narrative, shotgun blast of what happens. You guys continue fighting for a few more rounds, or maybe, another 20, 30 minutes. The UPP, basically, they don't stop coming. If it's not a vehicle, it's more grunts. If it's not grunts, it's another vehicle. But you guys slog through it. Eventually, the blackguards and those handful of security guys that were up there with them end up getting rushed at one point, and you're able to provide either indirect fire with the tungsten rods, or maybe you're able to reposition the APC. It doesn't matter. But eventually, the cavalcade of UPP shit stops coming, mostly because at some point, more dropships, Cheyennes, strike fighters, and eventually even tanks, US CMC tanks, show up. The Ridgeways and shit show up and obliterate. It takes another few hours and well into the middle of the night, early morning hours, by the time combat operations finally settle down. But eventually the cavalry does indeed show up. They show up in force, with flare, all the pomp and circumstance. I'm talking, counter artillery strikes, screeching rockets overhead. It's a glorious moment. Pike, you're probably standing up very straight right now when that happens. You know where I'm going with that.
Oh yeah.
I gotta use some code words because this is going on YouTube.
Pike literally lives for this shit.
Yeah. It is a glorious fucking moment as far as any patriot or anybody that's ever served in the military would be concerned. By about midday of the next day, tired, exhausted, dirty, stinky, smelly, word comes down that soon you guys will be extricated, and not just leaving the planet, but leaving the system. It's been a bit of a chaotic mess to get everything out that needs to get out, but you're able to keep tabs on everybody. I just lost for dance. Son of a bitch. Long story short, you're able to keep tabs on everybody that you need to keep tabs on, especially Maitland, the 2 bodies of the looters, all the stuff you found, and then you're headed off back into deep space. Not sure what's to come next, but you're getting the fuck out of here, and a sizable garrison has been left behind.
We turn in all of our stuff, bodies, Maitland,
Yep.
flute.
Yep.
Probably. We. I feel like we find out we're turning in a backpack, not a jar.
Well, the jar's there. I think what happens is like the seal just gives a little bit. I don't know. I know what I want to say, but I don't want to give away too much of what it is. Hello, Rodance. Welcome back.
Yeah, I just joined Zoom on my phone.
No worries.
I mean, if nothing looks wrong, we turn in what we think we're supposed to be turning in.
Yeah,
I give our prisoner to our new colonel.
Oh,
So-
the blackguard that you guys. Oh, that gave it away. They were definitely blackguard that were trying to ambush you in the flash trees.
Well, I mean, was whoever this guy is, whoever this A.W is, and whoever he belongs to, he was op4 to us, so I turn him into the colonel so that the proper people can interrogate him.
Yep, absolutely. Real quick, did you participate? Yes. Everybody risked or sacrificed something for your personal agenda. I think definitely Wescott. Hold on one sec. Yep, you're good. Wescott, yes, because she was trying to bring her people home. I don't remember everybody else's personal agendas, so mark that if it applies. Everybody risk your life for your buddy, period. Anybody stand up to the rival?
I don't think you can call following his orders standing up to my rival.
No, probably not.
Pike kept trying.
My buddy is Pike.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Pike.
So.
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
Luke. Go ahead.
My rival for Winston was Warren, and I made him drag 2 bodies out into possible engagement range.
Well, things were pretty chill at that point. They weren't like UPP fucking everywhere. Crazy.
Hey, I think
but
it still counts though because
he
he did
messed-
put him into potential danger.
It doesn't have to be danger. It's just that you messed with. You did something to cause problems for your rival.
That's a fair point. So yeah,
he made him drag 2 bodies by himself because fuck you.
Yeah, no, that counts.
I'm gonna go check upstairs.
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah, no, that counts. That definitely counts.
I very specifically tried to set up a teardown in Wescott's mind. It's like, you better vaporize those people.
Oh yeah,
Don't
you
fuck
did.
this up.
Yeah, you did.
Like, he was trying really hard to pressure her for a break.
Yeah, no, you definitely did. I don't even remember. I think everybody except Watson Warren made panic rolls tonight. Pike, you made one tonight, didn't you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, you overcame a dangerous event. There were no significant discoveries, unfortunately. Extraordinary actions. The tungsten strike counts as extraordinary action. You're welcome. Pike probably single-handedly.
Do that.
Huh?
You didn't know there were rules for that.
I think
I was
Pike.
like, this is really bad. This is the moment to reveal this trump card. I would like orbital strikes.
I think.
Well, I mean, that's what he gets for giving you something he didn't read up on.
Yeah. That's okay.
It is a self-inflicted problem.
It's all right. Next time there'll just be 27 more people, and then more people, and then more people. He can't keep killing all my bad guys I keep throwing at you guys.
Isn't that the entire point of the game, though?
To keep killing people?
Bad guys.
To get to the end of the plot.
Yeah, it's kind of necessary, more as to, like, throw you off the plot, but let's see. Extraordinary actions. The tungsten, yes. Anybody else? Oh, I lost. Oh, now I got two Rodances now. I'm confused. Which one do I look at?
Sound quality on my computer is much better.
It is.
How about an argument for an extraordinary action of pushing that using that guy's body to kill his bro with the trip that charge?
Yeah, that I'm just gonna give you that point.
Because that was style.
Yeah, that was definitely rule 0 cool right there. You get a point for that regardless. Yeah.
That's a good point. I actually forgot that was this session.
Yeah. And of course everybody got paid. Ooh, excuse me. Yep, so end state, mission complete. It got a little anticlimactic because of my internet. I apologize. We're necessary for that. I definitely thought that fight was going to go a little bit differently, but realized very quickly that I was going to be moving individuals around, and I was like, should have thought that one out a little bit better. But whatever, it doesn't matter. You guys got stressed out, and I almost got an stress explosion. And speaking of stress explosions, go ahead and give me that. What do we need to roll here?
So
there's a table for permanent mental trauma.
The problem is I'm not in right now, so I can't even see the rolls.
Well, hold on. So if you're rule zeroing, she's rolling on this, right? Regardless, because of the silliness.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if yeah. Let's go with that. Yeah.
Okay. So you need to roll a d6.
Cool. I can't get into Foundry because I'm still haven't timed out yet from losing internet.
Oh.
I've kicked you. You should be able to rejoin.
Okay, let me refresh the login screen. Let's try my other internet browser real quick. See if it's happier with that.
In my Marines game, we rolled on this table. 2 of the players did, and their results ended up being hysterically fun. We had one guy who rolled phobia, and I decided because the phobia has to be related to like the circumstances that push that stress over.
Yeah.
And he was in a place that had strange plants, and he was distracted by them when he got shot.
Yeah, I still can't get in.
Okay. Are you?
So,
I'm not.
He was terrified of funny looking plants.
That checks out. I can roll a 1d6 and read it to you. Are you cool with that?
I mean, yeah, that's fine. It's not like I should be able to see that.
I have the table in front of me.
I do too. I know which ones I don't want.
I rolled a 5.
Recreational drug use.
Yep. You must use some form of Hold on, I can't see all of this.
This was so bad, you need drugs to get by.
Yeah.
I feel like this works out really good because you're gonna be like cozying up on Winston for like medication and things.
For nap relief.
Yeah.
You must use some form of recreational drug every shift, or your stress level increases.
That is probably my least favorite out of the entire table.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I'm having a little bit of deja vu all of a sudden, but yeah, you cannot relieve stress without consuming your drug of choice. So you have to get high just to come down off your stress high.
And I don't reduce stress any other way for now, right?
No, it's just that if this triggers and stops you from relieving stress, then you can't relieve stress. But if you take the drugs, then you can relieve stress normally because, you got by on your self-medication.
So nap relieve.
Yeah, so I think how this manifests is you've got Pike in your ear. Don't fuck this up. All through the last couple of hours and into the night as the fighting continues, as you're trying to get relieved. He's there. You can almost feel him breathing down your neck. And you also know you have personally vaporized Marines, USCMC Marines. You have watched some of your own fellow Marines and the security and the blackguards get wiped out. You've watched tungsten rods fall out of the sky and annihilate vehicles in UPP, which in and of itself, they're the enemy. But at the end of the day, there's a part of your brain that still, every time you think about it, pops up with, but they are people. They are human. What do you do when it becomes 6 or 7 o'clock that following morning and it's just you in the back of the APC and your hands are trembling and it feels like they've not stopped shaking? What are you going to do to take that edge off?
So to give you some examples of what they list as recreational drugs, is that never sleep and nap relief are not considered recreational drugs, so you can't use those to get high. Cannabis, tobacco, steroids, benzos, meth, and they're all legally prescribable by corporate physicians.
Oh my god.
I would say grabbing a pack of smokes or anything, tobacco, alcohol, a lot of that stuff is readily
Alcoholism
available.
is actually counted as one of the other mental
right.
traumas. This is why I said that I think like the nightmares or the phobias or like out of the table, I think drug use is probably my least favorite, and alcoholism my second least, because these are going to become very awkward very quickly.
How about I offer you this one? You can roll again, but I'm the one that chooses what that particular thing is. So if it's, for instance, if it does become drug use, I'm choosing your drug.
That would make me feel better, because having to figure out what is even there is giving me a little bit of stumbling block.
Okay,
I'm trying to wrap my mind around role playing as them. Oh yes, I can get back into Foundry. I can roll it myself.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, roll this one. We won't be as rough.
I know which one you want to roll.
I know too. I think Total Amnesia would be freaking hilarious, but I doubt I'm gonna roll that.
No, you get depression.
Severe, it's severe depression.
Oh, nice, join the club.
I want to make a joke, but I feel like this kind of a joke is really not going to be good.
So would you rather have to get high every day, or would you rather be severely depressed because of all the shit you've been subjected to?
I think I would rather deal with this depression because it's a roll at every day instead of every shift. And it's very similar of checks, actually. Like, if I fail my empathy check that day, I just cannot relieve stress that day. At all. I think that's a touch easier to manage, frankly. Because the number 2 and number 5 require shift checks every shift.
Yeah.
4 is a 1 check a day, which is easier. And then Nightmares is 1 check every day, but when you sleep. And then 6 is a hilarious role play.
Yeah.
I'm still a little sad that it's not 6, because I think role playing is someone who has no fucking clue what's going on, sitting in the back of an APC. Like, the hell is this?
I think this depression would be interesting to see how you manifest it, because as soon as you roll out of bed, you can make the roll. But here's the other thing: as soon as the mission starts, unless the mission goes for more than a day, if you make your roll, you're good for that day. If you don't, Pike is going to fuck you up because you cannot get out of your depressive funk long enough to finish this mission. It's definitely going to impact your NCOER.
Yeah. Not being able to recover stress for like the entire
mission. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna be worse than what was the one female character's name in Alien, the original one, other than Ripley, the pilot or something like that? Was it? I forget her name.
Lambert.
She was like super strung up. I shouldn't say strung up. She was high strung. There you go. And you could tell there was maybe a little bit of depression or something going on there. She just would not come down from it, and then she died.
Oh god. Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna have to. Is there a box for permanent mental trauma on the sheet?
On the character sheet?
There should be a drag and drop for this.
So Wescott got 6 dots and he got 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't know. We are at the end of the stream, so let's do some quick outro outro feedback things really quick, because I'm surprised I haven't lost my connection at this point, and I'm scared that I might. So, starting with Luke, feedback outro thoughts. Ready? Go.
I blew up a guy with a mine that I set up. I'm pretty happy with that. So this actually went really well. Honestly, I saw all those people and I thought, this is going to be a lot of shooting, but really we just shot a little bit, and then railguns did the rest. And I really got to say, railguns would be terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Probably why you're depressed.
Oh, and I don't know how physics works in this particular aspect, but you take these tungsten rods falling literally out of the sky and hitting the ground, it doesn't take a lot of energy buildup to cause severe amounts of damage anywhere around.
Cratering.
Yeah,
cratering.
Comparable to good-sized conventional bombs.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I think the rule that we were using, where this zone is pretty much fucked and anything next to it is probably
significantly smaller than probably what it would have been.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it would have only taken a couple to annihilate this entire fucking facility.
Like I think last mission, Mother used 1 to take out the entire science complex. So
yeah. I mean, if you fire a large enough rod, you measure the impact in megatons. So
yeah.
And I mean, I'm the guy who like calculated what would be like to swing Guts' sword and giant anime swords,
There
and
is
honestly,
a
physics is really funny.
there
So
is a specific formula for determining the crater depth, the height of the little nodule at the center of the crater, based on mass and velocity and all that. There's a formula for it. I had to do it. I took an intro to astronomy class many motherfucking moons ago. There is a mathematic process to figure that shit out. I'm
See,
not
the
about to do it
benefit-
though. I don't remember how
Yeah.
to do it.
So the
Tungsten
benefit
is
of
dense.
schooling is knowing that an option is available, even if you don't remember it, and that
Exactly.
I feel is always the biggest benefit.
Exactly. And before
Yeah.
we move on, Vallard, I'm not sure if I'm saying that quite right, but the joke I was gonna make was she rolled depression for her trauma, and I wanted to make a comment about how some people wouldn't have to role play that, but I knew that joke wouldn't land very well, and because frankly, there's people that deal with depression all the fucking time, and I didn't want to make it a big deal.
I literally have an entire bottle of meds that I picked up yesterday for that exact problem.
See, at least with
This is just
Rodance,
some of them.
I see what with
I mean,
Rodance
like,
and
I
Lube.
literally have 2 bottles
Kane, do you
under
got
here
any?
right now.
I know you have meds.
Part
I'm not trying to dig into your shit. I know you have meds.
Part of my retirement has to do with what Wescott is dealing with. So I can also very easily roleplay this. It almost come naturally.
Naturally. I see what you
Yeah,
did there.
see, my biggest problem is I got the apathic suicidal depression version. So it's not the getting angry or the getting sad, it's the not caring at all.
It's the
problem.
getting even.
No,
Isn't that
it's the
ideation?
not caring at all.
Yeah,
It-
no, I
apathy.
got you. I got you.
Okay.
On
Like,
the
I could
real,
literally
though,
sit and watch, like, I literally could sit and watch stuff burn in front of me and set my house on fire and not care.
yeah.
It was that bad.
On the
Hey, man.
real, for the people out there that are struggling with any sort of let's say mental issue, because let's open it up a little bit. If you have mental problems, get help, talk to somebody, do something, please. There are too many agencies, too many facilities, too many things that can be done to resolve some of these, or at least get the ball rolling to resolve them. So, all jokes aside, this is a serious topic, especially in the U.S. Moving on to the rest of the game. Kane, feedback, outro-y thoughts, and I'm going to spend a moment rearranging everybody's faces so at least they line up the way they're supposed to.
I was waiting for the railgun strikes for a desperate time because now you can plan for them. I didn't know if you'd read that part or not, and it was
I'm
kind
definitely
of
going to have to read now.
it was kind of a gotcha, but at the same time I was like, I also want to save these blackguards, so
Yeah.
let's do it. Conversely, when I ran Colonial Marines at the Glory of the Proletariat, it was the second session, and somebody was like, I read that book cover to cover. We hide inside, close the door, and I want to have a ring of orbital strikes around the craft to kill the assault team. So they just blew away the jungle and all of the UPP.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they went ham, and I was like, if you want that, I'm gonna give you a penalty to your command roll because you're not calling it a precision strike. You're calling it a bombardment.
Yeah.
I gave like a -4 dice penalty to command, and they made it anyways, so I gave it to them.
I feel like that was a fair play. Like you set the parameters and they made it. Fuck it, it's yours. You made it. You earned it.
So I got like right away.
they got you back, huh?
It's like this is wild. Congratulations, the Tam is always busy now. It's not in orbit. It's gone. Whatever.
Yep.
I don't care. I'll make something.
Yeah, I can.
Oh,
you
guys will be experiencing that here shortly. Not for the same reason though. I was thinking about this, and I'll flesh out more of it, and you guys will get the PC side of it in due time. But I think you're going to start seeing a little bit more mobility options.
Wait, depending on what's going on at any given time, like our cool new stealth dropship is FTL capable.
Yep.
So we've got cryo beds in it and stuff.
Yep. Exactly. Rodance, outro, feedbacky things.
I'm just imagining what the first RP is going to be when we get back to the Sambatam. And I have a feeling it's going to be just her standing there, like walking off of the shuttle, just standing there, dropping her gear on the floor of the flight deck, and just blanking out and just not hearing people. Because she's gonna be sitting there going over. It's gonna go over and over and over in her head. She's gonna be no.
I'm so excited for the updated armor art. Not everybody's gonna be happy.
I think Wescott is gonna spend the next 36 hours not having taken a shower, not getting anything to eat, just laid out on a rack, cuddling her stuffy from her sister, because that's the only thing that she can, mentally handle.
Pretty much. She's gonna just zombie off to her quarters and just fall into the rack. She's not even gonna put things away properly, and I am fully sure Sergeant Pike is going to chew her a new one for that.
I mean, when you
Pike,
think
this
about
is going exactly as Pike is planning. Don't worry.
Well, when you think about it, compared to your other missions, yes, all your other missions to this point have involved shooting at things. There's been stress, high stress, combat, etc. But this time, you guys were actually in a no shit. This is a fucking battle.
Not aliens.
This isn't
but
just
shooting
a couple of people or trading shots for a few minutes. This was. I mean, we didn't really roleplay much of this, but you were in a battle for hours here overnight. This is a totally different animal.
Had to take out friendlies.
Yeah.
She was attacked by friendlies.
Yeah.
She had to mow people down and vaporize them with anti-vehicle
Anti-tank
ammunition,
Yeah.
anti-tank weaponry, and watch them be vaporized. And if that was done on Earth, that would be a war crime in and of itself. And then she doesn't get a chance to rest, and it keeps happening, and it keeps happening,
and
over and over again.
Yep.
And while you can't get a break, Pike's in the back are going, "Don't fuck it up."
Yep, don't fuck this up. Here comes some more. Don't you fucking miss.
Making sure that she couldn't get a break.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yeah, poor Pike. poor Wescott. Pike is going to have a field day retraining her. Because she is not going to be mentally there.
This is what Pike thinks is supposed to happen. This is how Pike was trained as a child.
It turns out Pike all along was the antagonist for the entire campaign.
Yeah, Pike is going to use AW techniques on a person who is not a child soldier, and see just how much more effort it takes to get to where his
the problem
goals
with that is he doesn't have any empathy whatsoever. He'll see it. He'll recognize it maybe, but it just won't register.
He'll be disappointed that it takes so long to work.
Yeah, and then he'll just make it harder the next time around. All right, let me stop. We need to wrap the show up so I can get up out of here.
Poor Wescott, man. And
are we good for
half an hour now?
Yeah, are we good for next week, my friends?
Yeah.
Awesome. My friends, viewing or watching the video tomorrow night is the series premiere Jesus Christ, I cannot speak. Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader Ties of Acheron. It's a new role-playing game campaign that we are starting. Rodance is one of the players. She is playing a mind-boggling individual. We'll just leave it at that. But that will be premiering tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific time. And of course, it will premiere on YouTube Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, Hashin. You have a wonderful night as well. Thank you, my friends, for sticking around. And I do apologize for the technical difficulties of Comcast. At this point, I don't even know if I joke about it. I just call them Comstar because I feel like they're interdicting me no matter what. At any rate, I do appreciate you guys sticking through with me through my technical difficulties. Unfortunately, my brain just can't quite comprehend half of it. At any rate, stay safe out there, my friends. This world is a crazy dark place, so make sure you're doing what you got to do to take care of you and yours. And as for me and mine, we are out of here. See you next time. Have a good one.